You have Airy's failure. He took, and these are more technical things, but he took a telescope. He had water in it. He looked at the star. The star, of course, light travels differently in different mediums, right? Of course, light travels differently in different mediums, right?
Wrong. According to you, you fork-tongued double speaker. Remember this?
No, there's not a journey because there's nothing traveling. What the light is already there.
You dumbass.
Also, glue sniffer, you said light travels differently in different mediums. How can it do that when you've also said that light is the medium?
The wave is the medium. Disturbance of the medium that is the light.
Ay, caramba!
And the final bashing yourself in the face with a spade shovel.
So when the starlight comes into the telescope of water, it's going to slow down. Now, they say light's constant, but it travels a greater distance in the water, blah, blah, blah. That it's going to slow down, right?
What?
So when the starlight comes into the telescope of water, it's going to slow down.
What the hell did you just say?
Now, they say light's constant, but it travels a greater distance in the water, blah, blah, blah. That it's going to slow down, right?
Wrong. According to you, light doesn't have a speed.
Yeah, there is no speed of light.
You unlock this door with the key of
retardation.
Beyond it is another dimension. You're moving into a land of
bullshittery.
You've just crossed over into
the numpty zone.
You are so dumb. Damn.
And we're off. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Let's head on over to Discord and see if the beautiful Betty Van Velsen has come off vacation. The beautiful Betty Van Velsen. Betty, go.
I'm off vacation, but I need another one.
You need another. Usually you do need vacations off of vacations. That's usually the way.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Somebody already rumpusing us.
Was that Neil?
It was I.
Leclerc.
Yeah, at least you sound good.
That's true. Yeah. Are you on vacation, Neil?
No, I'm not on vacation, but I'm really annoyed with this freaking Globebuster set. I'm furious, actually.
You're furious at Kiwi? What? What?
At the Globe dumpster fire. They had a lot of stuff to say about FED. And I'm going to pay some people a visit.
I thought they didn't. I thought they didn't listen to us anymore. Remember, they told us a couple years ago that they don't watch shows anymore. So how would they know?
Maybe they had a good memory.
They have.
I can't find the one where you're saying that there was infighting going on. And that's what I was looking for like 3 hours last night.
Infighting? But that's a shocking surprise.
Who's infighting?
What?
What? What?
Huh? What?
Who has the infighting?
According to somebody else that told us, according to his brother, that they said that FED was falling apart and because there was infighting. I hate to give you a clue, but it's been that way ever since the beginning.
Yeah, but my backsliding hands.
Yeah. They haven't been on the after shows. I'll tell you that much. I tried to tell you guys before. You haven't been in there. You could just imagine, right? There was extended family members brought up for execution, knockdown, drag out fights. I mean, it's gotten bad. And it's been going on for years. So I don't know what the hell. You just finally catching up, you glue sniffers. That's how we iron things out. We show each other each corner of the room.
Yep.
That's how we conduct business. That's why we're the tip of the sword, and you're not. You're the tip of friggin' NASA photos.
And that's just natural. That's just natural. Like, that's what family do. That's what brothers do when they get together. That's just natural.
Is it? Stab people in the
Yeah.
back?
Well, stabbing people. I mean, I mean, as far back as we can tell, the Cain and Abel. You know, I mean, that was probably in the front, but.
Oh my god, I don't want to be compared to Cain and Abel in this show, huh?
Why the hell not?
Why not? Who's the one on the ground then?
Who's the one? Is that Dutch?
Who is the one in the ground? If you're talking about Cain and Abel.
Who's the one in the ground? He's making an analogy to brothers fighting.
Yeah, I don't like that analogy.
Well, you said you don't like you said, but except for backstabbing, I said, well, even those brothers. But never mind.
Yeah, it was more backsliding, according to Betty.
I mean, having a little fun, but the real knife stabbing, I think that's.
Yeah, no, brothers. Just, I mean, just friends in general. Like, especially when you're really close. Like, we can get really rough with each other. We know like how far you can take it before it's like somebody seriously injured. You know, and even if someone does get seriously injured, you all gas up the truck and take them to the hospital like it never happened.
And drink a beer after.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe
That's
not.
really to me.
Maybe not immediately after.
Or you move to different states, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. What else is going on? Happy birthday, Nathan, if you're out there listening.
My sister is, but also her birthday is up.
Ah, that's right. Happy birthday to Betty's sister.
Yeah, you know her well. Too funny.
Yeah. And I think Nathan shaved his head, I think.
Shaved his head?
Or that was photoshopped or something. I seen something in Skype.
So did I. He better get some hair quick.
He mentioned yesterday he was going to shave his head.
Why did he do that? Because it was too hot? I guess
What's
not.
that supposed to mean? I had to shave my head, so maybe he's at that point.
Yeah, but that looks.
Well,
White
there we
people
go.
like Nathan, he looks like an alien.
Here we go.
We don't do it by choice, Neil. That's not our fault.
Oh, the other completely delusional.
So is this a contentless show, or is there some content here?
I think so. You know what? I did scare up something. I was looking around, and I went into my treatment files, and there was one video. It wasn't titled. I just plopped it in there. Probably wanted to get back to it, and didn't title it. So I think there's some content there. I wouldn't have put it in there if it wasn't content, wasn't substantive. Why? You want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
the thing is that those videos, is that the only thing that we can do? I mean, is there not something else that we sort of maybe go back to your little exposés that you had back in the day?
Oh, well, some people are claiming that you're going to need ether to create matter.
Huh?
That's interesting.
What's ethers?
I don't know what ether is.
Today?
I don't know. I've been asking them last time I had an encounter. Every time is a different story, a different definition for that thing.
But like,
Who said that? Everybody knows the first. Like, who said that? I just want to know.
1 hour 58 minutes. That's the timestamp. Globebusters.
oh, Betty, yesterday I'm at Nathan's show. I popped in there for a minute, and then they said they were. Oh, he was having computer problems. That's besides the point. And they said, well, there was a spot in the Globebusters video that was talking smack about us, right? And they got very specific. And I said, oh, okay. I said, are you going to go over that video? And Nathan said, well, we don't have any timestamps. And it's a 3-hour video. It's the last thing I want to do, to go through an idiot Globebusters video for 3 hours searching stuff out, right? So guess what I did yesterday afternoon?
You called your minions and asked them to do it.
No, I don't have any minions.
Did exactly that.
I don't have any minions. I do the minion stuff myself, so I had to go. It was rather eat glass shards. It was so stupid.
Why do you put yourself through this? You never did that in the past.
Because I wanted something to chew on, right?
Cowbell, huh? You wanted some cowbell.
I knew they don't got any cowbell. They're incoherent ramblings of doofusness. I had to go through that for 3 hours, right? I'm clipping through. I try to clip through, I was pulling L's, 10-second clips. But 3 hours, that's a lot of L's.
Yeah, so how many hours did it take? Like 3 or 2 or what?
Well, I figured that it might not have been that video. After I got done with it, it took a couple hours. Oh, yeah, you know what I did. I went back to the previous video and did the same thing. So I think it was Jado. Hey, Jado, you owe me 4 hours of my time.
Wow. Is there one extra for like taxes or something? Or what?
What do you mean one extra?
Well, it was a 3-hour video, right? Why did you have 4 hours needed?
There was 2 3-hour videos. I just told you I went through one, and then I went back to the other video.
One he didn't send you, probably.
He didn't send anything. There wasn't anything in Skype.
So why do you blame him then?
He was the one that brought the subject up to Nathan. I was told that.
Yeah, but he didn't give you the assignment to do anything with it.
That's besides the point.
No, that's not besides the point. I got you there.
I was acquitted of those charges.
Yeah, your dreams.
Yeah. So that's where we got. So I had to listen. It was so stupid. That Zach Zabala has to be the king crown muncher of all time. I thought the other 3 were stupid. This guy's even dumber. But he thinks he's an intellectual.
Well, what do you mean? He's got experiments.
He's got a what?
He said he's got experiments.
He wouldn't know what a friggin' scientific experiment was if it climbed up his arse and started kicking footballs wrapped in Carolina Reaper lace concertina wire, throwing off sparks.
The sparks, huh?
Just a little adage.
Sparky.
Put an end to that. That'll be enough of that.
You made it so long that it's uneasy to listen to.
What? What's so long?
Just put the concertina one and then.
Just put the concert, just wrapped in concertina. It's extra. It's a little piece of flair because if you know the concertina,
piece, it's too much flair and too much.
I don't think there's enough flair.
Really?
Yeah, I got many pieces of flair.
Yeah. So how long will you want to make these comments then?
I don't know.
Is there any going to be?
Hold on. Anything that sounds like my name has enough flair.
Yeah, wasn't that funny, Neil, that he thought that you also were called that same name?
What?
Constantinople wire.
Constantina wire.
What? Say that one more time.
Me?
No, him. What? What type of wire?
Constantino wire.
Spell it.
COSENTINO.
C-O-E-R.
Wire.
Spell it again. Go slow.
COSENTINO.
That's not. It's not C-O-S, you glue sniffer.
That's the way you say it.
That's
right,
not
Betty?
that's not the way. No, that's the way you say it.
You. So you say.
Oh boy. I knew he said it wrong.
You said it wrong all the time.
No, he said no. I don't. I said concertina wire. That's how it's.
Conservation wire.
It's not conservation. Concertina. It's like a concert with an ina on the end.
An ina.
Yeah.
Concertina.
Concert. This is a Dutch thing. Can you even speak?
I can. You listen to me, right? Can you speak Dutch? No.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I can.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, well, do it. Say, my name is Betty.
No, not say that. You said just do it. Just stop right there. No conditions.
Say words. My name is Betty in Dutch.
My name's not Betty, so I'm not saying that.
My name is John in Dutch.
No.
That's not good.
How about this? Krijtjesvreters.
Krijtjesvreter.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's Dutch.
And the other one?
That's Dutch. Tell the audience what that means.
Window licker. Do you know that one?
Tell the audience what that means.
I have no idea.
Yes, you do.
You tell me.
Krijtjesvreter.
Yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I know what it means, and so do you. Now tell the audience right now.
I do know what it means, but I want to check if you still know.
Graham Muncher.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that's it for the show today, folks. At least you learned something. That's right, Michael Kahn. Concertina. Exactly. Not the way Neil said it. Cosser. What's a C-O-S? Is that what Cosser? What?
First of all, you just learned how to say my name correctly. So you used to say Constantino. So you were mixing my name up with the Corsatino, whatever wire shit that is. And I thought you always talking about me.
He did say close. He said
Yeah.
it's cool when his name is close to other things.
Yeah, but the names are arbitrary.
Yeah, sure. So I can call you Konamti because it's arbitrary.
Wait a minute. Are they arbitrary or are they assigned from heaven?
They can be assigned, but they could still be arbitrary at the same time.
Hmm.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Okay.
Fair enough.
A lot of the content, people.
Friggin' crisis videos.
So you had to put yourself through like a 3-hour video twice. It took you 4 hours.
It took
And
about
left you with nothing.
it took
Or
about
less.
it took about
Less.
Shut up.
I want to say less brain cells, right?
No, I had to take breaks so I could gain them back.
How do you do that?
You eat cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Be a full-size brain-size cantaloupe. Huh?
I'll tell you what, my wife just cut one of the new cantaloupes up because it's more or less a crapshoot, unless it's just totally green webbing on the outside. It's more or less a crapshoot when you cut into them, right? And I seen it on the kitchen counter, and I said about 10 minutes before, I said, you gotta cut that cantaloupe up because I'm gonna need a snack for the show. And I heard her out there. I heard a knife hit the cutting board, right? And I said, oh no, here we go. So I sneak my way on out there, and I say, well, And she brought some good news. She said it tasted like candy. Oh, yeah. That's right. Hit this one out of the park.
Candy, Cantaloupe.
See, this is exciting for me. This is exciting times.
Wow, it's Cantaloupe time. Huh? Something with balls, right?
What?
They look like balls, don't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It looks like a ball, yeah.
Cantaloupe ball. Cantaloupe Earth.
Sometimes they're slightly oblong. Slightly.
Is he also slightly pear-shaped sometimes?
Just slightly, but some are balls. You're right. I've seen some that yeah, you're right. But the good ones are just ever so slightly oblong.
So, is there anything living on those cantaloupes?
I don't think so.
So he can live on a ball then?
That's really twisted. Are you sure you're capable of abstract thought?
I like abstract thought.
You can't even say it.
Yeah.
Do you have an inner voice?
Do you?
Have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Oh God, there we go again.
That's from the old days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the what's up?
Oh, we haven't done that in a long time.
Yep.
What's up?
Ah, that sounded weird. Try it again.
What's up?
That's better.
Okay. Been a while. I'm out of practice.
Yeah, and weren't you having a nice bow shooting weekend this weekend?
I don't want to talk about that.
Guys, he's getting out of shape, man. This guy. Can't keep up with the Yankees.
Not out of shape. I got injury.
Oh, poor baby.
It is poor baby. So that's what we need. Good job, Betty. Way to bring that up.
More injury, isn't it?
Yeah, we need. It's a good thing you brought that up because we need. What do we need? We need the antidote to tennis elbow. So we need to have people put in chat what are their antidotes for tennis elbow, and no long-term antidotes either. Short-term.
Switch dominant hands. Arms?
Say again?
Switch dominant arms.
Can't do that.
All right. Then no.
Then no, thanks.
Then lost cause.
Yeah, it's turned into a dangerous situation. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Got a brace that Buddy helped me out with, but I don't know. Let's see. Bobble you, massage a lot for weeks if needed to treat. For weeks? Hey, I don't got weeks.
It needs to be done in next, weekend, I think.
Saturday. It needs to be done. See, I'm running into my prime time bow shooting. It's prime time right now because the month of August is a bunch of shoots, right? And September. And I got some severe tennis elbow in my not my bow arm, but my draw arm. And it got a little dicey out there a couple times with the release almost coming out my hand.
So, isn't it possible for you to put the poundage a little bit lower on the bow? So
super mustache, super booger, put a cork in it, Betty. Super John, what's up, booger?
Phoenix Rising 86 cent. I dropped Zachary's experiment in quotations in BALLBUSTers chat if you want to tear that apart.
In which BALLBUSTers chat? The one in Discord or Skype?
It's in Discord.
It's in Discord?
Yeah, it doesn't have the timestamp on it, but he gave you he said 40-minute mark.
Let me check. I haven't been back there. Oh, no. I got to go through this again.
Well, he gave you he didn't put the timestamp in the link, but he gave you where the timestamp is at the
I heard you the
40-minute
first
mark.
time, Flatsy.
Really, John?
What?
I heard you the first
Sorry.
time. What the
Oh,
hell
sorry.
does that have anything to do with my comment about, oh no, I got to go through this again because I see their stupid thumbnail and that in that vein, Flatsy, not that I have to go through the whole video.
Oh, gotcha.
What's there to rip apart with? But he did super chat, so am I obligated?
Yes.
Son of a.
Son of what?
Stop streaming this. Now I got to pull this stupid thing up. 40-minute. Okay, let's go here. 1 second. 40. Right on 40. I was on 39.59. Huh. That's ironic. 39.59. Don't play. Oh, God. Stop!
Now.
This is unbelievable. Stupid damn globe dumpsters and their stupid videos.
So in other words, it's like if
Okay, we're at
No
40
swearing.
minutes. What?
No swearing.
Mm.
It's a family show.
Give me a moment.
This is your moment. You need to shine.
All right. I got to. Oh, God, I forgot to share it. Or did I? Did I forget to share it, or am I sharing this?
Who knows?
Shut up, Brian. I think I'm sharing it. Okay, let me get my act together here.
It's on there.
It's a number of steps. I have to take steps. Okay, not that. Oh, God, here we go. All right, we ready for this? I don't know what to expect from this. All right, 40 minutes. Here we go.
the answers are all there in nature, and you can sit there and look at the observable nature that, you know, again, on the right-hand rule, no work is required to move on this axis and put it into it. That answers your question of your acceleration and why there's no work required. You know, I mean, I don't know what they're looking for with moving it up.
Well, I know one of Dell's contentions with the electrostatic side of things is,
what the hell are you talking about Dell for? Are they just getting to Dell now? I mean, we debunked them over a year ago. Not too quick on the uptake, are you? My word.
he's quoting the ideal gas laws.
Did he say something about electrostatics? Let me pull 2 5s.
Well, I know one of Dell's contentions with the electrostatic side of things.
The electrostatic side of things. What's electrostatics? Zach Dumbala. He doesn't know what electrostatics is, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bet the farm. I already know he doesn't know. That's why I bet the farm.
Is he's quoting the ideal gas laws.
What does the ideal gas laws have to do with electrostatics?
Which are not real.
What?
Oh, boy. Oh,
What did he
brother.
just say?
Oh, boy. So that word ideal has thrown you for a loop, has it? Dumbala. Yeah, that's who he is right up here, this clown with the oversized headset on. You should get bigger ones. Ones that come out to here on each side. Make you look like a dumbbell. Dumbala.
Right.
They state this. Any physics professor, when they're teaching you about
What do you know about physics professors? Did you even graduate high school? Don't answer that.
Ideal gases will tell you that an ideal gas is not real.
So ideal gases are not real. Yeah. That's your position. Okay.
It has no
It has no what? No what?
Molecular force.
What? No inter what? Let's go back.
It has no intermolecular.
Can you say that again? Yeah, English much? Wow.
Forces.
Superchat.
Superchat, super mustache, super booger.
Tom, sorry, he's going nuts. Tom Hayward sent, your channel isn't showing as live on my sidebar. Disappointing YouTube. Thanks to the panel.
Say that one more time, but Foxy.
Your channel isn't showing as live on my sidebar. Disappointing YouTube. Thanks to the panel.
Oh, is that a YouTube? Are you talking about the recommendations? Let me go back and check and see if this live stream is going. Hey,
Well, I think he means like it didn't show him that you went live on his YouTube.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they've been pulling those shenanigans and chicanery for some time now, Tom. So sorry about that. Yep, it's a YouTube thing. All right, where was I? Oh, I have to go back to the dumb Zambala. Thanks, Phoenix. Appreciate it. All right, let me get them back up. All right, here we go.
It's assumed that there's no intermolecular forces on these gases, even though any gases within an electric field will have
electric field? Where's the electric field at? What electric field? Who knows?
Molecular forces. So you're removing the electric field.
Well, it wasn't there to begin with. Unless you can show where it was.
He's adding it in.
He's what?
He's adding it in so he can then say they removed it. The ultimate begging the question, isn't it? I mean, what a fraud.
He's not even giving any back. Where is this happening at? What are you talking about, dude? Bugger eater?
Just right off.
Just right off.
And then you're
taking it out of reality.
I'll let this gentleman explain it here.
What gentleman? What?
Yeah, and this is one.
I thought you were explaining. What the hell is this? Is this where the electric field is?
One of those things you can go check out on my channel is me playing with all these different types of matter.
Playing with yourself, more like it. Different types of matter. I thought you guys weren't materialists over there. Why are you playing around with matter?
I'll show you here that I can bend water.
He's a waterbender.
That's one of your favorite.
Waterbender or airbender.
That's one of your favorite movies, isn't it?
Airbender, but waterbender? I don't know.
Was it Airbender that was one of your favorites?
Yeah. I had it on my VCR, but it's now gone.
Aww.
Yeah, I didn't feel for it. It didn't jive with me.
It didn't jive with you?
Nope.
All right. When are we going to get to this experiment?
Using electrostatics.
Okay, I got to pull a J. You don't know what electrostatics are, you dumbass. What do you mean using electrostatics? Using chemical bonds? Really? How are you doing that?
No, it has no molecular bonds. He just told you.
Channel is me playing with all these different types of matter. I'll show you here that I can bend water.
Quit heckling them, Betty. That's my job.
I'm sorry, because it's so obvious.
That's my job.
Oh,
using
I think he's actually showing you a Venn diagram generator or something like that.
They don't believe in particles.
Right.
So how can they have a Van de Graaff generator, which is a particle accelerator? That doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, you can make stuff up, right? I mean,
It's like Stalin giving a course on soybean futures.
maybe he did.
Statics.
You guys,
I can make
it's
water.
the Huey and Betty show.
If it was just our show, it would just be all smallies. Let me tell you that shit.
Mollies. And maybe a largemouth from time to time.
From time to time. Then we got some muskies, muskalunges, and pikes.
Pike.
Pikey.
Water that is just smooth. The surface is not moving whatsoever, but the surface is bent like this.
Huh? Is he talking about, is he bending water again?
Yes. Okay, I've done this. Dell knows.
Dell knows it. What Dell? See, this is Krakatoa.
This. He's shown this on his show before.
Isn't that redundant?
Did he? How did he do that? I mean,
This is like some super mustache, super stupid, super.
No.
No.
Mama, no.
No.
Yeah, you do. You have a super chat. Phoenix Rising 86 sent after he uses experts to confuse the audience.
Yeah, I noticed Phoenix. You caught on to that too, right? He has a tendency to do that. He also has this idiotic tendency to go off on elephant hurling fallacies, and he's done his research, but it's your responsibility to go do your research. And make sure you have an open mind when you do your research. It's out there. He has a tendency, if you're ever listening to this idiot glue sniffer, you'll catch on real quick.
Water, you can change the...
What's that, Brian?
Very quickly, sorry. What he's doing is he's telling people, do your own research, while he's not able to actually detail the thing to the people himself.
Yes, he does that.
Because it doesn't make any sense, and he doesn't understand it anyway.
Yes, he constantly does it. And more in a condescending type of tone, which is truly hilarious. You got to listen to this Crayon Muncher. You got to do it at least once. I
did, and I'm still boiling.
Oh yeah, he's a numpty dipshit. He thinks he's fooling people. That's the really scary part. Clown.
The weight of an object, it just goes on and on. Like there's
Electrostatics.
Electrostatics is the weight of an object. You moron. What do you got? A 1957 physics glossary? You just point wherever your finger lands. You just blurt that out. What do you mean electrostatic? He said weight. I'll bet you this doofus down here, Kyle, doesn't even know what that is. And you just say electrostatics. What does electrostatics have to do with weight?
Yeah, it
There's so
affects
much direct
gases.
evidence of
What affects gases? Weight or electrostatics? What the hell is going on here? This is what I'm talking about, Betty. This is what I have to endure.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
Sounds like it.
Poor baby.
Honey!
Help me out here.
Betty's heckling me incoherently.
Incoherently. Incoherent. Unbelievable.
Gases, when they become so highly electrostatic charged,
when gases become so highly electrostatically charged, it's nonsense. What kind of nonsense is that? Phoenix. Where's Phoenix arising at? He's going to drive me to drink.
Like what? Cold turkey?
they ionize and become a plasma.
They ionize it and become a plasma when? When? Who, what, when, where, why, and how?
That is affecting the
Could
gases.
you go back on that?
Yeah.
Please.
What do you want to
He
jam?
claimed electrostatics cause a gas to become a plasma.
Yeah, I
That
know
means
he
not
did.
heat. So not heat then.
Not heat or radiation or anything, just electrostat. He doesn't know what it means, Brian. You know this.
Yeah, it's like, go on.
No, they're all clueless. Neither one of these bozos know. Not these bozos. I'm talking about Hanoi Jaren, Boy Zero Sky Grifter, the friggin' not flat Earth Day. They don't know what. Remember, we've been asking them to define these terms. Remember, it was electrostatics. It was static electricity. Yet they are two different things, by the way, idiots. Magnetism, electromagnetism. Shut up. Electromagnetism, magnetism, electrifa, and electropa. Remember?
Electropa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that in hydrogen fusion reactors, they don't evacuate the chamber, then fill it with a high density of hydrogen gas, and then add as much electrostatic force as possible to cause it to become. You know what I mean?
That made no damn sense, man. Adding electrostatic force.
Yeah, that's because that's what he's just said. It's like that's not what they do. They add infrared radiation.
Hey, do you want me to pull a J or? Yeah.
Yes, please. Just so everyone can hear it, so they can then hear it over and hear what we just said.
Oh, thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks for this.
You're welcome.
Gases, when they become so highly electrostatic charged, they ionize and become a plasma. That is affecting the gases. The gases are actually on my They're
no longer gases, you idiot.
Van de Graaff generator, which Austin has.
On your Van der Graaf generator, the particle accelerator that Austin doesn't believe in particles with. Is this a comedy show? Is this Austin right here?
It's a make it till you fake it, or fake it till you make it.
Make it till
backwards.
you fake it. Oh,
right now.
I think she was right the first time.
I think so.
You put a nail on it and crank it up. You
put a nail on it. What are you putting a nail on?
Feel the wind coming off that nail.
Listen, I can't do this anymore. Listen.
Sorry, the nail the
I'm sorry.
The nail on my head.
I'm sorry. No, I refuse. Phoenix.
Too cute.
My God.
I thought it was going pretty well, actually. Because it shows. No, I think it's good because it exposes them. I mean, that is so embarrassing. To anyone who would be, let's say, especially someone who would be an expert in that field, let's say the field of hydrogen fusion, like they'd be just what? Like they'd be scratching their head at this, laughing, but they wouldn't even be laughing. They'd be like, they'd never take anything that anyone from this side of the arena serious ever again.
No, you don't have to be an expert. No. No, you just have to graduate high school. And not only graduated high school, you'd have to take at least one, like, intro to chemistry course. Because as soon as electrostatics came out of his mouth, he's already compromised to the high school students that have taken those courses. They'd be belly laughing him. All the rest is just disconnected, incoherent drivel off the base numpty dipshittery of not knowing what electrostatics is. This is all
3 super chat.
Super booger.
Phoenix Rising 86 cent. I'm at work at the moment and will pop in to apologize.
It's bad. This is bad. But you still want to go through with this?
Well, we could do a few minutes of it. It's up to you. I'm just saying it's a bit of substance for the show, I suppose. But just so people know, where this guy's getting mixed up is when they do turn the hydrogen into a plasma in a fusion reactor, they then must contain that hydrogen. They must contain that plasma with a toroidal field, because plasma is affected by an electromagnetic field. It can be manipulated by it. And why did they contain it with a toroidal field? Because it's too hot to use any container for, because it'll melt anything, including steel.
I don't know
So
what
that's
you're.
why they do it.
I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what you're on about either.
What I'm on about is he must be mixing up the fact that they're using a toroidal field. When they turn the hydrogen gas into hydrogen plasma, it's so hot that they can't contain it with any solid containment. They must, even though it's within a chamber, right?
Yeah, that was going to be my point.
Yeah.
So this is all going on inside a chamber.
Yeah. This is all happening inside the chamber. This is why the rest of the chamber becomes a vacuum, because all the hydrogen gas that was in there becomes a plasma and is then attracted to the toroidal field that's at the base of the chamber. But the point I'm making is they use the toroidal field to contain the plasma because it's too hot.
Yeah, I got you. How do you know?
Yeah, but he doesn't realize the temperature is the reason why it becomes a plasma.
Yeah, but you already got this doofus in a hydrogen reactor or a fusion reactor. He never said that.
Yep.
Is that going to kill him?
He didn't have to. He didn't have to say. I know that he did. I know from what he's saying. That's where he's coming at it from. I just know from learning about hydrogen fusion.
Boy.
All right, I shut up.
No, you don't have to shut up. I'm just saying this guy didn't say it. Now, he may have said it in the minutes beforehand, but there was no lead up into it. You just arbitrarily brought up some hydrogen fusion reactor.
He wants to show knowledge.
Hold on, Brian. You're rumpusing Betty.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Betty.
I said he wants to show you some knowledge that he has.
That's not knowledge. He didn't. When I first started this video.
Brian, right? That.
Yeah, but when I first started this video, there was no mention of any fusion reactor.
Yeah, I think maybe I didn't make myself clear enough. Zabala, what he's doing is that in the hydrogen fusion reactor, they must contain the plasma with a toroidal field.
You already told us 3 times. I get it.
But I'm trying to get to the point. He obviously must have some misconception that because they're containing it with a toroidal field, that must mean that that a toroidal field is electrostatics. That means it's electrostatics that turns the gas into the plasma. Do you understand what I mean? That has to be the connection he's making from what he's saying. Because 10 minutes is all it would take for you to find out the basics of how a hydrogen fusion reactor works. And you'd, like, within 1 minute, you'd find out it's temperature that causes the change.
Can we
My
wait?
point is that this... Go on.
Can we wait 5 seconds for him to mention it?
Okay, I'll figure up.
And blowing on your hand. I've shown...
Oh, God. I can't believe I'm doing this. Let's pull a J. Let's get that full, incoherent thought.
Generator, which Austin has right now. If you put a nail on it and crank it up, you can feel...
He's talking about a friggin' Van de Graaff generator, dude. Brian. Yo, Brian!
He is now, but when he was bringing up plasma, he was referring to something with plasma that means that he can only believe one thing about it.
Oh, God. Okay, let's see where this stupid trail goes. Probably to Dumbville.
Feel the wind coming off that nail and blowing on your hand. I have a video. I'll have to find
I can't believe I'm doing this.
it, but of me blowing on a candle.
Oh boy.
Doing this. And it's really hard to test these things though, because you can't see the gas. So I've done it with smoke. But then again, people say, oh, well, it's the particles of smoke.
Smoke's not a gas, you moron.
That are taking the charge, not the actual gases. You know, this is something that you can't see.
I wish we couldn't see you.
But ideal gases are a mathematical system.
Oh, boy. Really, what's the equation? Do you still want me to continue with this? I guess.
To make the way gas behaves easy to predict.
To make the way gas behaves easy to predict. Really? So go on. What's your example?
Mathematically.
Oh, God. Math. Show the equations. Just talking out his ass, dumb shit. You don't even know what you're saying.
That's it.
That's it. You're a moron.
It does away with any electrostatic potential.
Oh my God. I can't do this. What are you trying to do to me? That's it. I'm done with it.
Oh, I'm not trying to do anything.
Look, I'm not doing it. That's it. That's it for that. In fact, I'm getting off my screen. I'm exiting out of this dumbassery. I can't do it. Not after yesterday. Bye. Idiots. Not you guys, them. All right. Now we're back to the regular scheduled programming. Shut up, Betty.
Shut it, Betty.
Put a cork in it, Betty.
Where?
Where?
I ask all the
boy.
time and never get an answer.
What else are we going to do?
You had some other videos that you were going over to, right?
Oh, as far as you know.
Mm.
We got AIIAAAF. What you doing, AI?
Killing.
Yeah, one more. Shilling and filling.
Oh man.
What are you, a rapper?
I don't know.
I can't stand rap. All right, you better come up with something quick. We're losing substance.
Hey, if you want a video to boil your blood.
Oh my God.
The other day, Jaren and Witsit were talking about a multi-layered dome with essentially superfluids that would create circular planes.
Yep. I caught that.
Seen that one?
I caught that. Thank you. You can stop right there. Yeah, Betty, that was one I caught. Yeah.
Is that the one that took 3 hours?
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is, are superfluids a thing?
The question I'm going to ask is, can you get a better mic? Number two, I was over this superfluid, stupid, dumb shittery years and years ago when I first came out here with Robert Bassano. You remember that, Betty?
Vaguely.
Him and his...
He was into the superfluid, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This superfluid helium. Yep.
Oh yeah. I remember that. You were getting in with the sound.
Dude, you got rumpus, Betty. Somebody's rumpus you in there.
Yeah, you got into this with Bassano. It was really hilarious.
Yeah. It's just bringing it back up again. Superfluid. Why don't you guys figure out if the Earth is flat or not? Why don't you start there, globe dumpsters, and leave the superfluid horse shit out there with the superfluid? My God.
Well, interestingly enough, the context of why they were talking about that is that things that are in the sky can appear to be in locations that they are not physically in.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, these guys are on the train wreck of the quote unquote final experiment, where if you do or don't see a sun, it's going to tell you something about the shape of the Earth, while simultaneously entertaining that apparent locations are not necessarily physical locations. It's like they don't even see the cognis.
But there's no
just for
there's
Eli.
no such thing as superfluid, like, right?
Well, there is
there is.
Helium, but you need completely abnormal pressures and temperatures to make it. These temperatures and pressures do not occur in nature, so it can only be created in a laboratory.
So they've been made because someone was telling me that the what do you call that, is it viscous? Is that the right word?
The viscosity?
The viscosity is so high that there's no material that would like contain it anyway.
We're not getting into superfluid helium right now. Go on, AI.
Oh, I was just pointing out, like, Jaron and a couple other people, especially like 3 days ago, Jaron was basically having an episode of his show where he was essentially saying that if you don't agree with him that the 24-hour sun has a logical play out of the shape of the Earth, that there's something wrong with you. And then the very next day or 2 days later, he's talking about with Witsit that the structure of what's above us could be structured in a way where what we see isn't actually where it is. And like they didn't put 2 and 2 together and have an epiphany, be like, wait a minute. If something I could see could not be where it is, then my whole concept of the 24-hour sun is stupid.
Exactly.
They didn't put it together. Well, there was a couple hours before shows, right?
Yeah, if not a day or so.
My word. Go subscribe. Make sure you donate to them. Idiot flat
Do you
earthers.
know that they were dreaming about creating matter?
Yes, Neil, you are correct, and that actually has bothered me. And let me tell you why, Neil. The idea of frequential phonetic utterances causing direct creation of matter and energy states is straight out of Kabbalah in the Book of Zohar. In other words, the ancient secret language directly affects the world. So God used this language, according to them, to create. And if you can tap into this language, you too can have the power of God.
I knew it.
Now, interestingly enough, Miss Paula, who we all know and love, debated a guy who believes such a thing in a debate mediated by me, posted on her channel, which anybody who's interested in the topic in light of what was just said should go watch.
What? Matter being created from nothing but ethers?
Yeah, but not from nothing, from sound.
From sound. Oh, I did run across a couple sentences. I just L'd my way through that. So I didn't stop because it was too stupid.
Yeah, but for Neil's benefit, Neil, what it is rather than God creating with the sun, right? They are turning the eternal sun into merely vibrational spoken utterances of phonetics that come out of a mouth hole, essentially. So they're directly assailing the nature and person of the sun. So it is entirely, if you think of the term Christ and you think of the term anything that denigrates Christ as being Antichrist, if I may be so bold, the entire thing is Antichrist propaganda.
I must have skipped fast through that because I didn't catch too much of that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
they were dreaming about creating. They were dreaming about creating matter, as if they got the power to do it, or one day they will develop the power through vibrations.
Right, Neil. Now, Neil,
The matter would already have to be there. Sorry.
Correct. You're onto it. You're onto it, Holmes. So, what they're doing is they're creating a structure in which God is contingent with the material universe.
You know, this reminds me of, and God said, get your own dirt.
So what this essentially makes is it makes ether consubstantial and co-eternal with God. So these guys deny that Jesus can be consubstantial and co-eternal with God, but they believe ether is. Think about it.
Yeah, I always suspected that they're trying to find God in a different way, and sort of made their own God in that sense, because they want ether to be that source and power of God, right? I think we
Bingo.
all do.
So,
Yeah.
Miss Betty, I think you're an astute observer of the phrases within the Bible, and we'll recognize these phrases in light of this definition of ether, the power of the air, the upper air, et cetera, et cetera. Vibrations, frequencies that they always put up, which is sound, which is, you could think of it, they also describe it as singing, that the manifestation of creation comes through singing from above to below. So what character in the Bible is described as the prince of the power of the air? And then secondly, if light is just a vibration of the ether influenced by sound, who is in the Bible described as the light bringer? There's one character that bears both of these titles.
Lucifer.
What character is that, Betty?
Lucifer.
You got it. So if you're attempting to create a god that has these characteristics, right? It sounds a lot like Satan to me.
Yeah, they're on dangerous ground.
Well, if sound creates the matter and ether is the energy, then what creates the ether? I wonder what kind of rubbish to come up with for that.
Light.
Stupid question.
Light.
Go on.
Because light's the ether.
Yes.
It's light.
Ether is the everlasting, right? The eternal thing, I think, for them.
Exactly.
No, ether is the light. That's what Boy Zero Sky.
It has been there. It always was there, and it always will be there.
Yep, and it slows down, but it doesn't have a speed.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Let me rework the Bible in accordance with that truth. He is the ether that ethers every man that comes into the world. I get it now.
Huh? What?
Yeah, that's wrong, QE.
What's that?
Go on, I go after.
No, that was me.
I was just quoting that verse where it says that Christ is the light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. So I reworked that to he is the ether that ethers every man that comes into the world.
Sings everything that comes to life.
Go ahead, Brian.
I want to mention one more thing. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, Brian wanted to say something. Go ahead, Brian.
I just want to point out that you have a little bit wrong. Is that the darkness is the ether.
It's
light is what is manifested from it.
No, not according
to. It's already there.
Nope. I got
him.
him
That the darkness is not the ether.
Nope. I got him stating that the ethers is the light. After he said that he needed a medium for light, it just depends on the day or the color of his mood ring, I guess.
Because he told me it's already there. The light manifests from it. That means it's the dark.
There's another particular, I won't say it was an argument, but it was a point that was made. Because obviously we all know that there's been splits or factions or whatever you want to call it among the flat earth quote unquote community. And part of the consolation that these guys are giving themselves is that the majority of new flat earthers or quote unquote new emergent truthers, to the effect that they postulated of being 90-10. So 90% of new flat earthers are believing in their ways of thinking, where 10% are believing not their ways of thinking. So in other words, they're saying, hey guys, don't worry, we're the majority.
Oh, really?
Yes. Just happened on the broadcast. Oh, man, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before in the evening.
So all the new flat earthers, according to them, are ethers.
It sounds a little bit different to me. I would read it as, we are pulling the wool over the most naive. That's what it sounds like to me.
Are they the we?
Well, them, Globebusters. they are reeling in the most naive and new to the topic with horse manure and making them believe it and punt it.
Oh boy.
That's what they've just. That's what I would read that as an admission of that.
But for the past 2 years or so, or 2.5 years, I can count on one hand that ether believers from their congregation that I've run into, just on one hand, maybe even less. So where are all these pontificators coming from, or surface puke regurgitators?
Well, I don't run into too many comments from them, but I have seen the odd comment here and there on other people's videos, other flat earthers videos, but they're on X and TikTok because that's where most of the newer, naive, younger flat earthers are, and that's where they're picking them up. Kind of like the more well-known ballers who started going over to TikTok and X, kind of like that. They're going over. It's easy prey. Do you know what I mean? It's easy prey if you're telling some 15-year-old that ether is real and blah, blah, blah. That's easy prey as far as I'm concerned.
Huh. Well, somebody better get over there to X and Twitter machine, whatever it is now. Better get over there and nip that in the butt, or nip it in the butt, according to Betty.
Yeah. Well, we got to understand that the moniker, the arbiter of truth is not how many people you can convince to agree with your position.
Oh yeah, I ran into that back in the day with evotards, right? They were all into the like button. So if your comment got more likes, it was true.
Yeah, I'll submit to the greater flat Earth community and newcomers that if your new paradigm includes an acceptance of the proposition that the Earth is flat, but it still has all the same religitard mumbo jumbo that you believed in when you were a heliocentrist ball believer, then you actually are exactly the same as you used to be. You haven't changed at all. You haven't grown at all. You're still as stupid as you ever were.
Yeah, now you just hold a different geometric belief.
In the words of one of the great producers of flat Earth content that I appreciate for whatever reason, Mr. Truth is Stranger Than Fiction, you can have the flat Earth map, but still be lost.
Huh. Whose truth is stranger than fiction?
His name escapes me at the moment. I can only remember his channel name. But he goes into a lot of the metaphysical and spiritual implications in light of scripture and that type of thing in regards to the flat Earth type content.
Okay. Betty, have you ever run across Truth is Stranger? I may have run across. I just can't remember.
I can't remember, no.
Super well produced too. Like, he does a really good job.
All right, take your word for it. Hey, Betty.
Yeah.
You got the con, man. I got to go get some cantaloupe. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna get to
part of?
Hold on, AI. Hold on, AI.
Go ahead.
AI. Hold on. We got business to attend to here. Betty.
Yeah.
You got the con, man.
Why?
Just for about 2 minutes till I get cantaloupe. Be right back.
Okay.
Just let AI. Just let AI talk. AI will carry you right through.
Give him the order.
Say again.
I was just going to give him the order.
Yeah. AI. What were you saying? And that would cover you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
So one of his video series that he has, which is very interesting, who anybody who's into the spiritual side of things should look into, in my opinion, is titled Flat Earth, the Final Mystery School. Now, if you understand the context of the mystery schools, you'll find that very interesting of why he thinks Flat Earth is a mystery school. He's not saying Flat Earth is the wrong proposition. He's saying that it's utilized in the same manner as the old mystery schools, which is essentially to create a secret knowledge, which ultimately goes against knowledge of the truth. And that truth, of course, from his perspective, would be the person and work of Christ, which is exactly what the majority of people involved in these types of things, mystery schools, Kabbalism, Zohar, all of these things, that's what they want to attack. That's their goal, is to bring people away from God by destroying their belief in the person and work of Christ. And so, in other words, we see in a lot of flat earth communities, we see people deconverting, right? They're proud of it. They're like, I used to believe this. Now I've abandoned it because I learned the flat earth truth. So now I'm going to deny, for example, a very important tenet within the scriptures. Jesus Christ died for your sins, right? There are people who are prominent flat earthers out there verbatim saying Jesus Christ didn't die for your sins, yet they want to be taken seriously as a Bible believer and that their pursuits are intentionally spiritual and that they are,
Wow.
for lack of a better term, a true God believer.
You know what I find is that every time there's a piece of that God reveals, because everything will be known at the end, but every time something is known and that brings people closer to God, it seems that the devil is right on its heels to just confiscate or obfuscate truth, right? So they come up with all kinds of other stuff to just cover it up. It's like the devil said, well, is it really that you die, Eve, right? If you eat the fruit of this tree, right? It's not really like this, right? So flat earth, it's not really flat earth in that sense that you need a God, right? You don't really need a God on the flat earth. Think of this or think of that. It's every time. The devil is so devious in that sense.
Yeah.
And people fall for it because they don't want to believe it. That gives them at least 10 rules, right, to follow. Just 10 rules.
That's fair. That's fair enough. But even in that sense, the Bible doesn't teach that Satan's plan is to make people not believe in God. The Bible teaches that Satan's plan is to usurp the role of God.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone doesn't believe in God, then Satan could never achieve his ends, right?
Yeah.
So he has to give them a false God, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, too sad. So AI, are you doing any debates yourself with people?
Nothing but impromptu interactions, nothing official, no. We have been trying to reinvigorate the arena. We got about 5 people interested, so that might come down the pike in the near future. Usually I would be the moderator. That's usually my role in any debates. However, there is an open challenge for the arena debate to any Bevite, and if you're listening, you know who you are, to challenge me about the meaning of the term flat, and I guess ancillary, whether it's okay to describe the earth as flat rather than immoral or evil as they would like to, accuse people who say the earth is flat of being. I'm not joking either. I got clips, right, from the belly of the beast accusing such characters as Quantum Eraser, myself, Indio from 24/7, of actually being in background collusion with the Globers to present a canard of the earth to fool people as a controlled opposition. So in other words, me, Quantum Eraser, Indio, and various others, we sit around and have drinks and be like, how can we fool those retards today by secretly having plans with the Globers to make people think the earth is flat in a false dichotomy against the globe, to pull the wool over their eyes and keep them deceived from the one truthy truth.
Interesting.
Yeah, but these are the guys who said it's on the level horizontal. But the next sentence is it's not flat.
Yeah, you want to know something, Holmes? All horizontals can be parallel, and all verticals can be perpendicular to horizontal, and the Earth still be a globe. Sorry to say, that's just the logical consequence of that statement. that statement doesn't speak to the structure of the Earth whatsoever. So all you need to live on a giant globe with such a claim that horizontals are parallel and verticals are perpendicular to horizontal is you just need an area on the top that has a method of containment of the water. And then you can have horizontal, flat, extended water as a reference plane, right? But still be living on a giant globe.
No, you can't live on a globe and have parallel horizontals and parallel verticals. That's
Wow, you sure about that? You want to bet me $1 million, trillion, quadrillion, Googleplex, sextillion dollars, dude?
Yeah, because the vertical and horizontal can't exist on a globe.
Oh my god, dude, you're making assumptions that are reminiscent of artifacts. You are. I'll tell you what they are.
What?
You're making the assumption of the points on the surface of the globe having radial gravity to the center.
I'm not making assumptions.
Yes, you are, dude. It's the same stupid assumption Bev made, and I can disprove you with a simple graphic. So I hope you don't take the bet.
It's not assumptions. That's the globe paradigm plane.
I could care less, dude.
Well, I'm sorry, but
look, I know you're stuck in the mud with your rhetoric that you've been repeating for a long time.
How are you going to have horizontal?
I'll tell you. It's very simple.
You could create a perpendicular to. You could create a perpendicular, right? Perpendicular line, right? That would be 90 degrees to a tangent plane. But the tangent plane is not real. You don't have horizontal and vertical on a globe. There is no orientation. Where are you going to get your orientation of horizontal? Where are you taking your horizontal from? It's not the horizon. That's not a horizontal.
Here, it's irrelevant.
You're on a loser. There was no way out of this.
Okay. No, dude. I've already won. I've already won because you're using a false assumption from my conclusion that doesn't apply to my conclusion.
I'm using globe paradigm planes.
Hey, why don't you ask me what the false assumption is and what I think it is, and then you can rebut it rather than just telling me it doesn't exist. How about that?
Why don't you just tell me what it is?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. All points of the surface of the structure are not indicative of the idea of what horizontal is. Okay?
Horizontal is not an idea, it's an orientation. We take it from the horizon.
Okay.
Water,
for the slow kids in the back. Yep. So if the entire available water. Okay. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard.
Hey, stop over talking each other. Betty, I thought I put you in charge of this.
Yeah, they just started to do this.
All right. Sounds like an echo chamber.
And it's it doesn't matter because guys tune out women's voices all the time.
That is true.
Yeah.
To be fair, women.
What did
you say?
Excuses.
What did you just say, Betty?
I want to hear Brian. He said something.
I said, I'm sorry, Betty. I didn't mean to be disrespectful to you.
No, but I understand. But the thing is, you guys were so much into each other that there was no way that I could get in between you guys.
AI's claims just are outside of geometric reality.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Stop.
Can you make sense of this, Kiwi? Because you are sort of the arbiter on.
You should let the AI make this claim first.
Yeah, leave AI make his claim.
God.
What?
Make the claim. What genre are we in?
Something with Horizon.
The genre was we're reinvigorating the arena debates. None of the Bevites will accept the debate challenge of why it is or isn't appropriate to describe the Earth as flat in light of the definition, because they have an incoherent definition, et cetera, whatever. And so to impugn one of their arguments that they are proud of, right, and to evoke from them a sense of oh, maybe I want to, you know, set AI straight and accept the debate. I pointed out that one of their arguments, which is simply that all horizontals are parallel and all verticals are perpendicular to horizontal, doesn't exclude the structure upon which they live from being a giant ball.
And I took umbrage to that, and I said it absolutely excludes it because horizontal and vertical. Hang on, I was quiet for you. I took umbrage to that, and I said no, because horizontal and vertical can't even exist on a globe. Never mind be parallel, which is an impossibility, because they can't exist in the first place. There is no orientation for them. You know, where are you going to get your orientation for horizontal? It can't be from what they are calling an horizon, because it won't be horizontal. Rate of slope 0. Where are you going to get vertical from? There can't. No two of what we call vertical, which would just be, let's call them just zeniths. No two zeniths cannot diverge.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. The problem is that you have assumptions that you're imputing onto my claim that don't apply. So, for example,
when you said that being on a joint globe doesn't mean that, like you were saying, that being on a joint globe means that we can still have horizontal and vertical, and those horizontals can be parallel to each other, and those verticals will be perpendicular, which is 90 degrees to those horizontals, and also parallel to each other.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. You can live on. You can live. You hold on a second.
When we're using,
I'm
how are we going to do that when we don't have orientation?
I'm going to affirm that yes, you can live on such a structure, 100%. According to his argument and his definitions of what horizontal and vertical mean. Keep in mind, I told you, I'm impugning his argument. So his assumptions must be the ones that are included, not yours. You follow?
Okay, I'll give you his statement concerning horizontal, because I made a point of making sure to have it right, because he says it so often as well. All horizontals are parallel to each other, and all horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon. How is that possible if you're claiming the horizon is not an horizon, but curved water?
Hey, okay, I see the problem. Here's the problem, Holmes. You're assuming that if I say the Earth is a globe, that means water is wrapped around it. I never said such a thing. That's your false assumption that you imputed into my argument without parsing it properly. That's your fault.
You don't have an argument if you're not claiming that.
Holy shit,
That's
dude!
The point.
You really are lost, Brian. Brian, this is really sad how lost you are, brother.
No, it's not sad from me. You're trying to make up your own globe. You're trying to make up your own version of a globe.
God, dude. I can make up anything I want, dude.
You're trying to make up your own version of a globe.
Betty, get control of this.
Well, I'm just asking, is this the infighting that they were talking about in the other videos? I mean, we are right on it, right?
Yeah, could be.
Dude, this isn't infighting. This is just parsing out our arguments, dude. For example, me and Brian could punch each other in the face and bleed over the ground, and we could still be friends tomorrow.
Yeah, with puffy faces and
puffy faces. I'm kind of a little bit confused. Hold on. I'm
going to be
a little bit. Shut up.
Put a cork in it, Brian.
I'm a little bit confused as to whose argument is which, and what's going. It's pretty convoluted, if I may say so. And the over talking's not helping matters.
Yeah, keep in mind that I'm critiquing Bev's position. Now, Bev believes
that
the idea that the Earth is either flat. Yeah, true, but Bev believes that the idea that either the Earth is flat or a globe is a false dichotomy in the manner in which one side and the other has claims to it. So if you limit the exclusions only to the globe model as given, then you're going to use that model's quote unquote, of course, assumptions, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of bullshit in there. You're starting off from a faulty premise with this. As soon as you said model, globe model, and yeah, colloquial.
Yeah, I'll agree that parsed out for accuracy. But what I mean by model is, for example, the assumption that if the Earth we live on is a globe and we have access to 100% of the surface and the surface is covered in water, ergo water must be curved. Now, when I say globe in my previous argument, I'm not making a claim that water is curved in any way, shape, or form. Brian imputed that assumption onto my argument falsely.
I'm still not following it. It's a stupid argument from Bev's side because he's retarded. Done plenty of shows to show that. So I don't even know what the tete is for.
Well, if you say globe AI, right, I'm not going to hammer this into the ground. I've made my point. If you say globe, that would be a sphere. So how the oceans on a sphere not curve?
Yep. Great. I'm glad you asked that. You're wrong, dude. You're assuming that the available water is on the surface of the entire sphere, and therefore it must conform to the surface. I never said such a thing.
Well, I think you're going into an argument where you're making up a paradigm to argue.
Irrelevant. I can make up any paradigm I want to demonstrate the illogic of somebody else's false logic, dude. It doesn't need to be a real paradigm as long as it sufficiently debunks their logic.
So what is Bev? What is Bev Tard's position that you're debunking?
Well, in specific, he has quote unquote arguments, right? That he claims he has, and the rest of the flat Earth community wasn't capable of discovering, even to the point of denigrating other people's arguments, such as yours with the black swan. They say that the black swan is faulty logic, etc. But we have the argument, the logical argument, the fair argument, the true argument. So in light of their boast, I'm just critiquing their logic with fair play in the same way that they critique other people's. That's all I'm doing.
All right. What's Bev's retard logical argument?
Okay, so there's two actually, but the first one that we were actually arguing about here was all horizontals are parallel and all verticals are perpendicular to horizontal.
Those aren't arguments. Those aren't arguments. Those are axioms. Does he have any other argument?
That could be fair. However, they are positioning it as an argument.
They would, because like I said,
titling it. Yeah.
I must add something in. This is the thing. Bev doesn't say that all horizontals are parallel to each other. He says all horizontals are parallel to each other, and all horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon, and that is the issue. Right. Because
I would agree. However, that doesn't defeat my contentional argument with his position at all, because the only horizon we have available to us is the ones in the surface we have available to us, right? Of which we have traveled and been to. So according to Bev's own claims, right, he's claiming, without calling the Earth flat, keep in mind, this is the point of contention, friends, that he is refusing to call the Earth flat either in surface or orientation. Keep that in mind. We all know that flat is an accurate description of a particular orientation, right? So he's attempting to remove that term and then have a unique view of the Earth that doesn't use that term, but then claims it's more truthier than what we have.
Truthier?
Huh?
So if you have a territory of land available to you, right? And the horizon is what it is, which is that territory of land interfacing with the color field of the sky. And from that orientation, we derive horizontal lines and vertical lines, right? Then the only thing you need to have, allegedly, a debunk of his claim that this excludes the Earth being a globe is to remove the equipotential surface of being 360 degrees radial. So, for example, you take a ball in your hand, pour water on it, it will fall off, correct? The water will go down because there's nothing containing it. However, if you create a containment on the top of the ball that you're holding in your hand and you pour water in it, the water will, once it seeks equilibrium, be arranged horizontally. And in fact, water in such a manner is considered by Bev himself and everybody else that has ever existed as the definitive standard of what level is. So what I have here is I have a ball in my hand with a containment and flat water on the top of it. In this example, all horizontals are parallel. All horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon, which would be the intersection of a visual point to the surface of the water on the top of my ball that I'm holding in my hand. And all verticals would be perpendicular. Yet the object in question is still a giant ball. And the only reason I'm making this claim is to just demonstrate to Bev how stupid his claim that he's a superior intellect to the denigration of people like Quantum Eraser as being a liar and a cohort with Globers. That's all. Thank you.
A cohort. I like that word.
Yeah, I cannot have a perpendicular to plumb on a curved surface.
Yeah, why are we discussing retarded stuff?
Isn't this the show what it's all about? I mean,
Well, I thought it was appropriate that the audience hear that Brian was attempting to impute assumptions from a different argument into mine, and the errors you can make when you're illogical and unreasonable. I rest my case.
Oh, he's Irish.
Why even deal with a guy is that Earth is not measured flat? Why even bother with a guy like that?
Well, I'll tell you why.
I didn't do any of those things.
You did do
what
those
I did
things.
was point out
100% you did those things.
Point out that you're making up your own paradigm where
irrelevant
water will curve around the surface of a sphere, but then lay horizontal in a container.
Wait a minute. Whoa, holy fucking shit, dude. Are you slow in the head, dude?
Hey, no swearing, no personal text.
Well, that's why you have to
I
go.
apologize, dude.
No,
wrong. You're wrong, sir. You're wrong. You are so wrong. It's so embarrassingly wrong how wrong you are, dude.
Show me a diagram.
When in any of my arguments did I claim that water would wrap around the surface of a sphere? Please cite it right now. Thank you.
Well, there won't be water on the sphere then that you're claiming to use for your containment.
Hey, were you paying attention? Were you paying attention to where I described an actual physical construct that included a sphere and flat water? Did you miss that part?
What was the container?
Are you claiming a globe, Earth, or not? Are you claiming just a sphere?
Brian, no offense, Brian, but I'm just going to assume you forgot. I'm going to assume you forgot to take your vitamins today, and you're not really this stupid.
I don't need your nonsense, right? Personal attacks. Are you claiming just a spherical shape?
You deserve personal attacks for how dumb you're being right now.
Are you claiming just a spherical shape like a football, or are you claiming a globe Earth?
Hey, Brian, let's go through the claim one more time. Let's go through the claim one more time and see if you can follow along.
No, you can just answer that question.
No, I'm not gonna answer any of your questions because you're demonstrating that you didn't listen to me previously. So why should I believe you're going to listen to me now?
It's a simple question. If you won't answer it, it means that you have a flaw.
Oh yeah. Sure it does, dude. Sure it does.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain my position in total. I'm going to explain my position in total, and all the questions will be answered. And if you're incapable of understanding them, that's on you, not me.
3 minutes of waffle.
Three minutes of waffle, dude. So who's insulting who now? You're saying that everything I've said so far is just waffling nonsense, dude. What's wrong with you?
Because that's what it's going to be if you're not willing to answer that. If you're not able to answer that simple question I asked you, then and you say outside of that, and you said before is waffle.
Dude, I don't even know what question you asked me because I don't care because I told you I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to explain my position. Then you can ask questions.
Don't answer.
Okay, so take a ball in your hand, pour water on it right now. You can do it physically or you can do it in your mind. We all know what will happen. The water will pour off the sides, correct? Of course, that's the answer. Now, take the same ball you just held and construct a barrier on the top of it We understand top to be up, right, which is perpendicular to horizontal. So we all know where we're going to construct the barrier, on the top.
I think that's the problem right there. That's the problem. We need a visual on this. I need to see this.
Oh, I thought you was going to say it was a problem because, I mean...
I see the problem. The problem is
there's no problem, dude.
I see the problem.
Hold on a second. Betty, get control of this. Did Betty leave?
I am doing that. I'm just shutting up.
That's how you're taking control of this, by shutting up.
Here, I'll post a visual aid, since I am a licensed teacher.
I don't need it. I understand what you're
I asked him.
Brian.
Hold
you
on.
Hey.
Everyone shut up except me. I asked him for the visual so I could show the audience what he's talking about, so they're clear. Not just you numpties. So I need a visual so I could show the audience. So you got
the dingleberry.
So you got a sphere tard, and then you constructed this container on top of the sphere tard. I don't think that's going to help. Oh, maybe the far left one might. All right. So wait a second.
Yeah. So so the left one is a description of one thing, and the right one is a description of a different thing.
All right. So
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on screen. So go ahead.
Okay. So the one on the right is a quote unquote model that the average glober believes in, that the surface of the earth, we have complete access to it, and it's a ball, and therefore all points on the surface are wrapped around the ball, which includes water. Now, if you remove that assumption that you have access to the entirety of the surface, yet you maintain the structure of the thing you're living on as a ball, but reduce the territory that you're living on to the top only, and create a structure like as into the left where the water is contained, resting on the top. In the one on the left, all horizontals can be parallel. All verticals can be perpendicular to horizontal, yet the overall structure of the thing you're living on being a ball. Now, the only reason I brought this up, as I said before, is to demonstrate to Bev that his elitist, I'm better than you and I have the argument and nobody else does, claim that this disproves the Earth in total as a globe is silly, based on the logic that he uses to impugn other people, such as Quantum Eraser, myself, Indio, etc., other figureheads, or known people in the flat Earth, as being disingenuous liars and being in collusion with the Globers to hide the truth from them as some part of a psyop or whatever. So that's the reason why I propose this defeater to his logic. Okay, it's only defeating him and him alone. So if anybody takes umbrage with the fact that because I have a circle here, that means I must have the available water wrapped around the surface of the circle, is to impute the model on the right to the one on the left, which is not necessary, nor does it need to be done, nor can it be done, because my quote unquote model on the left excludes it from being real. And I am entirely entitled to do that, period, end of story. Thanks.
Wow. This is stupid on here that I'm looking at. This is kind of stupid.
Yeah, fair enough. But keep in mind, this is Bev's one of Bev's coup de grace arguments in contention or competition with other such people as yourself, where they tell everyone that something like the Black Swan is a deception, a lie. Yeah. Quantum Eraser is immoral. He's one of the worst people that's ever lived, et cetera, et cetera. But we have the most elite, honest, pure, true, succinct argument that you could ever experience in the history of your life. But yet their argument can be reduced to stupidity.
Yeah, well, this is all stupid.
So it's a globe with a container on top, which is horizontal. But we can't just say the surface is horizontal.
That's too stupid to even comment. So, okay, thanks. That'll be enough for this discussion. That's how you deal with that, Betty.
Okay, so you say that it's stupid, and then you end it and say that's the end of it.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's basically Bevtard. Bevtardia? I dealt with him long ago.
Beverheit, I heard.
Bevite, yeah, Bevtard. He's a
Bevheit.
moron.
Bevheit. Is it Beverheit or Bevheit?
Bevtard.
Bevtardites.
Yeah, it's just stupidity.
Tarditis.
Yeah, it's tarditis.
Bevtarditis, that's when you are having the virus.
Yeah, when you have a virus.
Bevtarditis.
Bevtarditis.
Yeah, no. There's one more interesting thing I have to say about this topic,
Really,
which
what?
is that
I can't wait.
hold on. That so the Bevites fancy themselves as having what they claim is the third option, and what we have is a false dichotomy that's intended to deceive humanity. So by engaging in flat Earth versus globe Earth, we're actually part of the problem. We are part of the deception. We are in a false dichotomy, and they claim to have the true third option.
What's the third option?
Well, who frickin' knows?
Oh, they haven't said it.
Well, yeah, because they want to hide in the ambiguity of their claims, which are essentially axiomatic tautologies and circular reasoning.
Yep.
That horizontals are horizontal and verticals are vertical. We have a third option. Yeah, we're special.
People like third options.
Now, I want to quote you from one of their ilk in my time behind the enemy lines, that they enjoy the fact that they can rest that the flat earthers and the globe earthers are both wrong and they are correct, and they can make fun of flat earthers and globe earthers alike.
That's astonishing. That's amazing.
Yeah, those are the fence sitters.
This is incredibly stupid, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
I want to.
when you dish out pedantic, self-righteous a-holery, I mean, expect to get it back, and that's what Bev dishes out, and that's what he deserves back.
A-holery.
Yeah, he thinks he thinks axioms are arguments. I've tried to explain this to him about, I don't know, 50, 60, 75 times. He just doesn't get it.
Well, he has divulged to me, and I believe I have it clipped, when I was pressing him on the meanings of his terms. Because keep in mind, part of the meanings of his terms require a definition of what horizontal means, right?
Sure.
And he will always say that horizontal has nothing to do with the shape of the earth or the earth itself. And then when asked by me directly, what is a horizon, he couldn't frickin' answer it.
Of course he couldn't. I exposed. I exposed this years ago. It's on my channel.
Yeah, but for the audience who may not be privy, it's not that he can't define it. It's he knows once he defines it, his argument is screwed.
Yeah. Well, he's done that, but he's double spoken, train wrecked himself before, especially with angles. So we don't really need to go there.
Absolutely.
Nathan,
so the second part. Oh, go ahead.
The birthday Baldy's here.
Eli, mute.
Oh, yeah, the birthday boy is here.
Wow.
I want to name the model. I've just swooped in. I've only just tuned in, so I haven't really been listening to all of it, but I did see the diagram go up on screen. Any chance you can pop it back up on screen with your blue and red circle and the water ball? Can I name it?
1 second. Let me pop it up there. Okay, it's up.
Has anybody had the privilege of naming it? If not, I'm going to.
Go ahead.
I'm going to name it the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air model. Because it's
yes. Where are you seeing it from? YouTube? Because I can't see it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm not sharing it on the channel. And it's in BALLBUSTers. It's hold on. It is at 2:36. That would be my time, so it would be 3:36 your time, Elijah. 3:36 p.m. in BALLBUSTers text chat and Discord.
Thank you.
Right, because on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show, it was like a common black haircut at the time was to have a high top, like an afro.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Do you like it? It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air model.
That's brilliant.
That's all I say. Thank you for having me. Good night.
Good night. Try some Rogaine.
Incredible.
All right. That's it. That'll be about it for that. All righty then. What else we got? What up, Creation Bear, Intensive Care Bear? What's you doing, man?
What up? What up? Hey, lurking in the background, man, taking notes.
Hey, you know my nitro's
AI.
gone. You know my nitro's gone by the wayside again. Just want to let you know.
I will have to do a little fundraiser here.
All right, appreciate it. Just want to let you know. It seems to go by faster every time.
I know. Maybe they need to turn my soundboard perms on over here. That'll speed it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
My son. Yeah. Good to see you again. I haven't been over 20.
You too, QE.
What's been happening over 24/7 past few days?
It's been quiet. We're it's the calm before the storm, folks.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't miss anything, did I?
Nope.
So the only new thing that's come out of late is analysis of alleged moon landing pictures and application of parallax to the background images to demonstrate that they are not greater than 1 kilometer away, as claimed by their alleged claim of what the moon's geometry is, proving that they were less than 300 meters from the point of observation from the camera, proving that it was a false location, most likely a soundstage. So all your Glober's wet dreams that the moon proves anything about the flat of the earth, which is a non sequitur anyway, is up in smoke, and it's a very good idea for me to take a giant dump on. All right.
I'd like to see. Was it a video?
No, it's an article from a PhD, multifaceted, a Russian dude, I think. So let me post. I'll post it right now. I'll post it.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, while I'm looking for this, the Globers claim things like, oh, we can determine things out in the distance via parallax, and we can use methodologies to increase the accuracy and determine the truth of the matter. And part of their increasing methodologies of accuracy is to assume that the sun and the earth are in a different physical position.
Yes.
In a differential of 6 months throughout the year, and that's where they get their arc from to increase their accurate angle, which is just one big circle jerk logic.
Yep. Begging the question fallacy all the way down. Nothing but begging the question fallacy turtles the whole way down. I don't think most of them know what parallax is, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, so this article is focusing on that and the fact that, the vantage point that they had on the moon compared to the objects that are in the distance, which are supposed to be geography, right, are actually exhibiting near field parallax, which is impossible. In other words, all the objects that are supposed to be moon geography in the distance are actually very close to the astronauts, alleged astronauts, right? Because to be an astronaut, you actually have to go to space. You know what I'm saying?
This is what hangouts are you in?
Oh, here it is. I'll post it right now.
Betty, what hangouts is AI in? I don't get any of this stuff.
Beats me.
Well, you do because we bring it here.
A stereoscopic method of verifying Apollo surface images by Oleg Olenek, PhD C. What's the C for?
Communist.
I knew it.
Commies again, huh?
Yeah. Department of Physics and Technology. Yeah, I bet you they don't know what physics is. I'll guarantee it. And technology at Kharkov State University Ukraine photographs taken on the lunar surface during the Apollo. Ukraine photographs, huh? This is what it says.
No, I think that sentence was supposed to end at Ukraine.
Oh, period after Ukraine, I was going to say. Okay. Photographs taken on the lunar surface during the Apollo missions are regarded as the most compelling pieces of evidence that mankind went to the moon. The photographic validation method presented here. You first have to validate how you got there through a second law of thermodynamics violate. Fairy tale vacuum there, Olenek. My God. They're looking at damn photos. Go ahead.
Fair enough, but I mean, his goal was to analyze the photos, so the ancillary arguments may not be addressed.
The elephant in the room arguments need not be addressed, right?
Well, fair point, but most people don't recognize that as the elephant in the room because it's wearing invisible camo for sociological reasons.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go over the article on air because it's too damn boring. I'd have to read it offline, and I wouldn't bet the farm on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But for a short version for the people listening, it's essentially if your thumb is in front of your eye and you blink your eyes left and right, the thumb is going to jump left and right in your field of view.
Sure.
But if you put a friend's thumb out on the wall and you blink your eyes, it's not going to jump left to right in your field of view. And so there's a certain range at which that ability for it to jump left and right is overtaken by its inability. And because that range can be calculated, you can make a determination that something that is far away from you should not dramatically jump left and right if you're in your field of view. And so, since the objects that are allegedly moon objects are doing this, they can't possibly be at the distances claimed, and therefore it is not pictures of actual moon geography you are witnessing, but rather something fake.
Oh, I got you. I think I'm getting it.
Can I plug my stuff as there's a gap?
Do it. Happy birthday.
I've just released about a dozen or more videos after keeping something under my belt for a while that I'd been planning to do. But yesterday, after the computer started to mess up, I was like, oh, well, it might go badly anyway, so this is probably the best time to do a little trial run. So I did a trial run thinking I might get 1 or 2 clips out of it, and I ended up getting a dozen or more clips out of it. And it's basically a validation for the idea that I've put into some of the flat earth debate shows over the years, which is to say that if you were just at a bus stop, the discussion with your average Joe on the street would be very, very different to a fundamentalist anti-flat earther zealot who hates you, wants your kids taken away, and then comes in to talk and debate about the nature of Earth with you.
Sure.
That subject discussion is very different. So with that in mind, I wanted and found a way to just get in front of average Joe Normie, Joe bread maker or coffee maker or whatever you call them, and just talk to them about the subject that we cover. And it's turned into a whole series, which have been, if you are unaware, or probably won't because I've only been putting them out in the last 18 hours, they've proved considerably more popular than I was expecting. As an example, in the last 18 hours, I've had 35,000 TikTok video views just on these clips.
Oh,
so
I've seen that. I've seen that in Skype. Yeah.
Yeah, normally my videos on TikTok, because I've only got about 1,000 subscribers on there, might get 200 views, 500 views. Oh, wow, this one did well. It got 1,000 views. You know, if one does 2,000 views, I'm sending people Skype message. Look at this video. It got 2,000 views. You know, one of them has had 20,000 views, one of the clips.
Which one? Which one?
Just a clip of me talking to a girl and then telling her Earth is flat. And all she says is, no, it isn't. And I say, it's measured flat. And she goes, get out of it. And then puts the phone down on me, essentially. It's about a 25-second clip. That's it. But it's had literally tens of thousands of views on TikTok.
Are people
I
stupid?
don't know why.
Are people stupid on TikTok?
I don't know. I don't know the TikTok thing. I haven't cracked what TikTok is. I don't pay enough to TikTok, so I'm not monetizing it yet. I'm not big enough to. So I'll bosh videos out there to try and grow it on the side with very little effort, just to try and get stuff on there to grow that side of something that eventually might be monetized. But I don't pay it that much attention because it's not monetized, as savage as that sounds. But, I'm, in need of food and mortgage payments. So, I don't pay it that much attention. But when something does, you're like, wow, that video's got how many views? You do suddenly prick your eyes up when you see it because I've been boshing them out all day. But I had a right laugh, and I just want to plug those videos. So just let me do my plug, and then I'll shut up. So they're shorts videos, and there's a couple, maybe 2, 3, 4 videos. There's 1 or 2 that will be released that are members only currently. But for the most part, 90% of them have now been released to the public, and maybe 2 or 3 are still members only. But you can check them out on my shorts list, or if you just go to the video list, there's the last 2 or 3 videos that have been published are slightly longer form versions of the discussions that were had with, your average Joe Normie.
Sure.
And some of them are very, very, very fun.
With the Indian guy?
There's a lot of them, Neil. Some of them are with an Indian guy, some of them with a black guy. It's, there's various different creeds and colours of people, so that doesn't really help. But yeah.
Can you post it in chat? Can you post a link to your shorts and then I'll pin it?
What I'll do is I'll post one link to a longer form video and one short, because they take you to 2 different places in YouTube, believe it or not, as weird as that sounds. So I'll post a couple of links. One will be so people can find their way to the shorts videos, which the majority of them are. That is less than 60 seconds. And there's at least 12 of those. And then I'll post a long form video. I think the one that Neil's talking about is a 45-minute discussion I had with an Indian guy that was actually British. But yeah, I know what you meant, Neil.
Which one do you want me to pin?
Pin the long form one. I think your audience is probably more in this particular instance going to be more intrigued with the long form video. So I'll pin the long form one, which I'll post first, and then I'll pin a shorts video once you pin it.
Okay.
I'll do that now. There you go. So the long form one's pinned in the live stream chat for the YouTube audience, and then I'll go and dig out a shorts video. If you pin that one though, I think that's the one you were talking about, right, Neil? With the 45-minute odd video, that one published today.
Yes, the one with I watched a little bit of the one with the Indian guy. First, I was a bit confused. I thought it was like back in the day. But then you got, I don't know, I was a little bit confused by it. You start talking about bikes. He's got a Triumph. Oh, stinker.
That dude's got a slew of bikes.
All right, fair enough. Okay, what's next? Betty.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still here.
Yeah, but I'm dying for a cup of coffee to make, so.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're dismissed.
Thanks.
Okay, I've also put a shorts video. It's just the latest one. I don't know if it's the best one of the dozen that I've put out in the last 16 to 18 hours. But the most recent one that I've published to the public is now in the live stream chat as well. So if you're more into 60-second long videos, bosh, then go.
Superfluid, superstar, super booger, super mustache.
Tony Whitcomb sent Nathan with the guy and girl in the car was a banger on one TV.
Ah, you got a fan out there, Nathan.
He left.
Did he leave? What a little stinker he is. He comes in, plugs his stuff, and then takes off. Boots scoots right on me. All right. Is that Betty getting her coffee?
I'm out. I'm gone.
Where are you going?
Coffee.
Oh, you're going to get coffee. Okay.
Yeah, but I can't get up the couch. The cat is on my lap. So
yeah.
he's so cute now. So
Pull his
I'm
tail.
feeling guilty. I'm feeling guilty, so I have to publicly apologize to Adam for berating him, and also point out that I am setting up a GoFundMe for any therapy he may need for that experience. Please contribute. I'm only taking 10% off the top. Thank you.
Yeah, Adam's not here. You can't talk about it, man. You can't do a GoFundMe on Adam, man. He'll hand you your ass. Evening. He's on vacation. I asked him yesterday, I said, Adam, when are you getting your ass back here? He said, 10 days. I said, 10 days?
Man, wait a minute. You're telling me that I mistook Adam and Brian just now in my apology. All right, I apologize to Adam for thinking he's Brian. If by any means Adam thinks being called Brian by proxy is an insult. All right, I apologize. I will flagellate myself 32 times. Thank you.
Flagellate. That's a big word. That's where they get flagellum from.
of course not.
The flagellum flagellates.
So farting.
No, I didn't say farting. I said the flagella flagellates, Betty.
Since when?
Betty, you know the ascetics, don't you?
Sketties for dinner tonight.
Man, Betty, it's the whole sect where they believed that the flesh was so bad that they had to control it by constantly beating it into submission. So they would wear these belts, and they would take the belts off, kneel down, and like whip the belt full of like knobs and things over their back, and like beat themselves in the back, whip themselves essentially.
That couldn't happen. That's not Betty, because there would be nothing left other than a bloody, lifeless pulp.
Yeah, because I got no spine, right?
No, because I mean the lust of your flesh would have been overtaking you way back in the day.
The lust of my flesh? Like I can't control the lust of my flesh, huh?
Man, that was a burn. That was a sick burn.
To be honest, I'm more like I don't like pain, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, sure. That's that.
And it would make scars, and I don't like scars.
Yeah, that's what people usually say when they're when they're not that.
Yeah. Well, I got enough problems with my own.
Yeah, I know. We all have our problems, Betty.
We do.
Oh, the self-flagellation. Hey, you guys got to see this one. Way to go, Raleigh. Set up. Oh, I got that wrong. Why do I always do that? There's the visual on it, folks. That's self-flagellation with a flagellum. With a flagellar whip.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, you can't. That's the only place you can see it, folks.
Where is that?
It's coming.
It's coming. Full anticipation. Still not.
Oh heck, we've been titled by somebody in the chat as a dialetheist.
Dialetheist? That's a big damn word. What the hell is that?
I think it's a reference to dialectic logic.
Dialectic logic?
Which I think borders the idea of two contradictory propositions being true. So a state of affairs could be true and not true. So for example, if you unify everything into a single category, which by the way is a category error, you could call something flat and not flat simultaneously. It would be a contradiction. However, if you're calling something flat in one category in one context, and then calling something flat in a different category in a different context, then an object can indeed be both flat and not flat at the same time.
That's some bullshit.
So, Mr. Elderbear, I suggest you just accept the debate, show up, and prove your side correct by defeating me in an open forum. with entirely fair rules, by the way.
That's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It sounds like morons trying to be clever, but they're cleverized morons. I got a text. I got to answer this mug. 2 texts. We got some bad weather coming in. It's not the really bad kind. It's last night I was watching a weather report, and they said from late tonight through tomorrow noon or something, or 2 o'clock, we're supposed to get 5 to 9 inches of rain, man. What? That's a lot of rain, bros. Tell you that much.
So you dug a moat around your house.
I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not. Now, I specifically, when I moved here, made sure that we weren't on a floodplain, right? So I should have been smart and did the tornado thing, but I didn't. But at least shut up, Betty. At least I covered one of the benchmarks and got that squared away. But I'll tell you what, 5 to 9 inches, that's like hurricane rains. Because
you knew that with water it would find its level, right?
I know that, yeah, find its level in my basement. So
yeah, you should have had that one for the tornadoes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, you're screwed any which way you go. Oh, you know what? My sister, she almost got hit by a tornado last week.
Huh. Come that close, right?
And she lives in Cleveland.
Yeah. They're messing with the weather, man.
She wrote, the tornado came within a block of her house, tore some of her patio stuff off, but no significant damage. She goes, and then her last statement, I don't know how you guys do it. That was her last statement. Too funny.
Not her totally last statement, hopefully.
Yeah, not her totally last statement. Good point, Betty. So I was able. Apologies, but I was able to fish out a Bevite, but I wasn't able to land them in the debate yet.
You got to hook them in the gill plate.
All
right, 1 second.
Basically accusing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Take over for a minute. Make it be coherent.
He's basically accusing people who say that the Earth is flat of essentially believing that the law of non-contradiction is false. Right? That's a big claim.
That's a stupid claim.
Stupid?
Yep. Now, of course, this is stricturing the definition of flat in all contexts and all categories must be defined as the sole cherry-pick definition that they pick and apply to all categories, which is a lexical fallacy, by the way. It's literally a logical fallacy. But I mean, they're too dumb to realize that. That in order for something to be termed flat, it must be even across a one-dimensional plane and have no variance whatsoever of altitude perpendicular to that plane. And then and only then could it be called flat. Now, in all practical sense and purposes, no physical object exists that exhibits such a quality, right? So that means every single thing we've ever called flat in the history of mankind can no longer be called flat. That means that if you own a company which produces flat machined parts, you now must close your company, declare bankruptcy, and admit that you've defrauded all your customers. I mean, this concept is literally retarded on its face, and anyone who takes it seriously or thinks it's actually a great point is just as stupid as a flat earther that says the Earth isn't a sphere because of mountains.
Yeah, that's incredibly stupid. I don't even answer that anymore. I don't put up with it. I just dismiss them. Just ignore them. Yeah, because it's literally that stupid. That's like back in 2015 stuff. Probably even before that. So I don't entertain it. I don't answer them. It's like, psh. You ever see that? The psh. That. Well, why even entertain it, right? When you do entertain it, you're enabling retardedness. So I don't do it anymore. Get out of my face before I slap you, you half a sissy. Usually my response. Yeah, exactly, Flatsy. Exactly, you got it.
You're welcome.
I have a GIF of that somewhere. Ah, that is a GIF. Here we go, folks. There it is. Yeah. Great argument.
Yes, Elder Bear. Elder Bear, you've finally had an epiphany that the only response to a stone cold abject retard is dismissal. Thank you.
Wow, this is invigorating.
It damn sure is, Flatsy.
Yeah. I don't entertain the argument either. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
I've gotten to where I don't really entertain any arguments anymore. Just come on here, talk to you lads.
Doesn't get any better than that.
All right, so for anyone who has the benefit of being in the chat on the server and is interested in self-flagellation and enduring undue pain for no apparent reason, can witness me destroying Bev's entire position in one fell swoop in less than a minute clip that I posted in there. Watch it, suffer, cry, have a catharsis, eat a bunch of ice cream. You'll enjoy it.
And not only did you destroy him in a couple of minutes, he ran away as well.
Where'd he run off to?
Well, as soon as he got asked the question by AI, he logged out and disappeared. Ran away.
What's up, AJ? How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good. How are you?
Good. Good.
That's good.
Whenever Nathan tries to get out of being in the politics server and feigns like he's being such a burn to you, just slap that half a sissy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, AG, we've been here for 3 hours. I know it's been going too long. I'd just like to thank you, and we're going to leave. No, you're not.
Yeah, so to be fair, Quantum, you are correct that in the standard 24/7 endeavors, we have a standard no concern trolling rule, and Nathan is very close to breaking it.
Yeah, yes, he is.
I just thought he was looking after me.
Yeah, but there's a secondary, an alternative motive that he could boot scoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's correlated, but negatively.
Yeah. Hey, to be fair though, guys, that the out, like that's a good thing to have, because there's a lot of times you end up getting entranced in an argument in a flat Earth forum, and then you end up 10 hours later, you're like, what the heck just happened?
You want me to play your video?
Oh yeah, sure.
That's what you were fishing for? All right, hold on a second. I'm going to have to give me a minute. That up. Let me pull this monkey up. This is entitled AI Snatches Bev's Wig at Lightspeed. I like the thumbnail. Enjoy flat earth, drink the truth. That's pretty cool. I think I've seen that somewhere before. Okay, I got to do a number of different steps.
Or let's change that. I'm going to offer you a job, which you can.
Is this because I say that the Earth's not flat?
Hold on a second.
Oh my God,
Why isn't
dude.
it giving me any video?
All right, I'm just going to mute you so I can
He
get
knows
my
you're
sentences out.
boxing in.
Okay, stop. The video wasn't playing. Only the sound. What the pest? Let's try this again.
Or let's change that. I'm going to.
Shut up. All right, I think I got it now. That was really strange. All right. Oh, that didn't work. What the piss? Why does it keep doing that? YouTube's been messing up for the past couple days. I thought it was me, but it's YouTube. Get your act together, for God's sake. I'll have to take my work elsewheres. Clowns. All right. Oh, I forgot to do something. So now I got to share it. How long is this?
Less than 1 minute.
This is the wrong video then, because I got 11 hours and 54 minutes.
So it's okay. So maybe whatever relay system you're using doesn't recognize clips because it's a clip from.
Oh, that's Can you give me a timestamp?
Maybe.
Or is this the timestamp? 5 hours, 20 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, take your time. It's no rush.
When I open it up, the timestamp only gives me the 1 minute clip. So I can't.
Yeah, I tried to do that, but it sort of blocked the video.
Did you try the link rather than right at the very, very top?
Yeah, let me do that. Hold on, folks. Let's try that little maneuver. So try to link at the top and see what it does. Okay, let's see what it does.
Or let's change that. I'm going to offer.
Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yep. Thanks, AJ.
Cool.
Let's do that, and I got to share it so you fine ladies and gentlemen can see it and hear it. So just join in up there at Quantum Eraser Live up there. That is not the one that I wanted. Let's get that out of there. And I think this is the one. All right, you ready, AI? Oh, that's not the one. What the? 1 second. My word. Let's try it again.
Or let's change that. I'm going to offer you a job, which you can.
Is this because I say that?
It did the same thing to me again.
Yeah, it is like 5. Let me check the timestamp again.
Let me try it one more time, AI. So go ahead. You can still find the timestamp, but let me try this one more time. Okay.
Or let's change that. I'm going to offer you a job.
Okay, I got the 57 seconds. I want to extend it. Let's see what it does. Extend it. Okay, I think I got it, AI. All right, let's pull this. Let's go ahead. I'll share it in Discord again. 1 second. I think I got it. There you go. There we go. No, don't move. There you go. All right. What's the title of this? I already said the title. Here we go. Hopefully.
Or let's change that. I'm going to offer you a job, which you can.
Is this because I say that the Earth's not flat?
Oh my God, dude. All right, I'm just
He
going to
knows where
mute you
you're
so I can
going. He
get my
knows if you're
sentences
boxing
out.
in.
Yes. So
Avoiding
I'm going to hire you as quality control, and you're going to go to the engineering location, the manufacturing plant, and you're going to measure the products. I want you to reject every product that is not flat. Every product that's supposed to be flat, that is not flat, I want you to reject. Okay? Now, every single person who's been listening to this conversation understands what's about to happen. Okay? This is checkmate. And that's why he left. Checkmate. Check and mate. Game, set, and match. I win, you lose.
I like your attitude with it. Can you give us some background? This is only a short clip. Can you give us some background on it?
Sure, yeah. So it's about an hour long prior, in which one of the Bevites, starts arguing with us about the meaning of the term flat and how it's wrong to call the Earth that. Then me and Indio basically spank him like a redheaded stepchild on the public podium, and so then they have to bring in the big guns, which is Bev, and then we proceed to teach Bev what flat actually means and demonstrate to him that his interpretation of what flat means is incoherent and meaningless in the context of how we're applying the term, resulting in the culmination of me basically giving him a practical method to determine whether what he thinks flat means in a practical sense is actually real, to which he realizes it's untenable and stupid, and he bails.
Thank you. Thanks for being so concise. That was easy. You could do that with retards. Conciseness, it just flows out with retards. Betty! It didn't take you that long to go get coffee.
It may have taken her that long to get the kitty off her lap.
Oh, brother. I told her to pull his tail.
I can guarantee she's enjoying her steamy cup of coffee in just about a minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to say. Oh, I got it. Stop streaming. All right, now we're good. Okay, alrighty then. What do we got out there, folks? Anything else? You guys all tuckered out?
I guess that's an affirmative.
I'm back.
I just woke up. It's 6:30 in the morning here.
Ah, Betty's back. Hold on, AJ. You're back? Where'd you go, to Starbucks?
Oh, no, because it's satanic.
Is it?
Yeah. They got a mermaid as a sign.
I never even noticed. Is mermaid satanic?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bear Pelagic, who took their logo and made it showed how it was satanic.
Really?
And also, shout out to Bear Pelagic Coffee. I love his coffee.
I don't think I ever looked at it, intently to discover the mysteries of the Starbucks sign.
Yep.
You could
Apparently, it sort of is cursed in the sense that if you go and get coffee, you won't get any children.
If you go get coffee, you won't have children.
Mm-hmm. Miscarriages and that sort of stuff.
Really?
Oh, good.
That's what I've heard some places.
Oh, you've heard this. Uh-oh.
Well, here's one thing that you can go and verify. They do not use grade A quality coffee. They use the worst grade of coffee there. So they don't even have high quality coffee, but they sell it like it is. They're totally overpriced.
They've been scamming us the whole time.
That's right. They're scammers.
You know, I never even walked into a Starbucks store one time in my life. Not even
I don't
once.
think I've done that either, by the way. But at my workplace, they love it because it's close by and they love the coffee.
You got Starbucks close?
Yeah, in the station where the trains are at as well. So.
I got you. Yeah. I'm tracking. Yep.
They're those best places, you know. It's just like McDonald's had the best places where you needed to stop for gasoline or something else, and they were there.
Yeah,
Right?
I was in Frankfurt in the train station, and they had McDonald's in there, and I was waiting for a train. It was late, and I said, "Do I want to go in there and get a burger? Do I want to subject myself to this?" Right? I found it so strange seeing that McDonald's in that train station. Mind you, this is back in '87.
Yeah. Well, they've been here a long time as well, but in the beginning that they came here in the place, it tasted good, but afterwards it was like bad.
Now, from where I did go in there, and I did order a burger. I can't remember what burger it was, but it tasted like horse manure. In fact, I took one bite. Huh?
It felt right.
Stop rumpusing Betty.
Yeah, I'm making a freaking point. I said you felt right at home then, didn't you?
No, it didn't taste like McDonald's. It tasted like dirt.
There you go. Anybody that rumpuses me, the point get lost.
It tasted. Well,
you said that it tasted like horse manure, and I said you felt right at home.
Yeah, I know. I heard that backslide, and I was just correcting that. It was weak.
It was weak. It was right on point.
It was not right on point because now listen, I'm not a big McDonald's guy anyway. Now, back in the 70s, here's what I told you what we used to do. They had Burger King and McDonald's on the same highway. They were 2 doors down from each other, so we'd roll in to McDonald's, get a boatload of fries, and then go to Burger King for the burgers, and then combine them. Because McDonald's fries back in
of course, you're foolish man.
Huh?
In the 70s, McDonald's was good. What are you talking about?
McDonald's fries was the best. I never liked their friggin' burgers.
Oh, then that's your choice.
Yeah, but their fries were
The way I made my joke was that because McDonald's is all over the place, but it came from America, right? Made you really feel at home, right?
Super mustache. Stop her, somebody. Super Betty.
Superficial.
Super fries.
Super fries.
Super
Sorry, Booger's kind of having a tantrum right now, but Tony Whitcomb sent, try teaching kids a basketball is level and watch the mayhem ensue.
I bet. After you teach them what level is and tell them, that's a good one, Tony. If I had kids, I'd do it. They all grown up now.
You could say that you will level their basketball and then they will be happy.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, that would. Yeah, I'd like
the quarters curved.
Could you? Anyone that has kids? Can you get your kids right and then explain what level is? It won't take long, and then show them a basketball and tell them that it's level. Just take a picture right in their faces at that time. I want to see it. That's how you do that.
If the education system got there before you, then not so much.
Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about McDonald's.
You fitting at home in horse manure.
We were talking about McDonald's. Now, I took a bite of that. I can remember the day. It had the place, it was lighted weird. Like in the Frankfurt station, it's probably the same spot still. It was lighted weird, number one. It gave me the heebie-jeebies when I first walked in.
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, heebie-jeebies, whatever. And I said, oh, God, I know this ain't going to work out, but I'll do it anyway because I was hungry. And I took one bite. And, you know, when you take a bite and just the taste of the whole genre, you can somehow, you know, feel its essence. I spit that shit out through the burger away. That was that bad. It was terrible. That's my
Sure.
story. Yeah, it was
And
terrible.
you're sticking to that, huh?
What's that?
We're sticking to it.
It was sticking to it.
Yeah, no, you are sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, it was bad. I remember. I remember it. It was terrible. It was a terrible experience. It scarred me emotionally.
And then you went to Wendy's.
Nah, I did go somewhere else. And and it's silly anyway. When I'm in Germany, I'm not eating any American food.
Yeah, why would you?
It defeats the whole point. Yeah, but it was a convenience thing, and like I said, the train was getting. I didn't know when the train was coming. You know how they flip the times up for the trains, especially in Frankfurt. That station is massive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get my wits about me, how to understand this German genre.
German, right?
Huh?
And it's all in German.
Not the times.
So how can you at least confuse with that?
I wasn't confused with that. The Times was good. It was just overwhelming because it was so big and there was so many trains that it was every time the clock would flip. What the hell?
Yeah, something came up.
You know what? They used to have the little flippy things for the clock. You know what I'm talking about?
Floppy things for the clock.
Yeah, it would flip. It had for the time where the time would be. It would be 7:00, and the numbers would flip on the minutes, the minutes, the 10 minutes, and the hour. It would flip.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking? It wasn't digital back then.
All right. Well, if you say so.
I distinctly remember that. Now, I've been on a lot of train stations over there, and I might be getting it confused with other train stations, but you get the gist.
Were you all alone? All by yourself?
Yeah, just Raleigh Criterion. Yeah, Betty, like this. Let me put this up. Yeah, exactly. Like that, folks. See it flip? Yeah, but it would go fast, a lot when you got, 350 trains coming in.
Come on, there's not that many.
I'll tell you what, that train station is massive.
Yeah, sure, but not.
You been there?
No, but I mean, I can't.
How do you know then?
Because I can't imagine there be so many trains at the same time.
You know what? I could have been exaggerating with 350. I grant you that. Let me see how many trains.
Finally.
Shut up. Frankfurt. Train station. How many trains? So, the Frankfurt main train station is one of the largest train stations in Europe and is located just west of the city center. Yeah, I know that. I didn't ask you that. 20, all lined up, 124, left to right. Still not giving me the answer. Tell me how many passengers.
Superchat.
Super Frankfurt. Super duper Super Betty.
Yeah, Booger's just throwing a fit, so I'm not letting him do it. Tony Whitcomb, he just said, no, I'm not. Tony Whitcomb sent, you can see curve on Uranus because it's full of crap. Well, okay.
Did that come from Tony?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How does he come up with that?
He's usually more refined. What's going on, Tony?
He's full of crap.
Let's see if we get a picture of this mug. They ain't giving me the actual numbers.
That's an old school joke. I don't know if any of you remember back in the days when Miggy had the Dr. Science show.
Yeah.
We used to do articles. Like every show, we do a couple of articles from recent space news. And one of the organizations that we'd often draw from, its acronym was PNAS. So the title would read, "From Penis, Uranus opens to let out noxious gas."
Lovely.
And of course, there was a space news about the alleged, planet, right, has an atmosphere that quote unquote opens somehow and lets out gas. But it's just like, dude, the double entendres are just rife.
So I got a picture up of Frankfurt's train station. This looks like an older picture too.
Like how you remembered it, huh?
Not from this vantage point, for sure.
I still don't see it yet, so.
Tell me when you see it.
Could take a while.
It shouldn't.
Why don't you do it in Discord, then we can see it immediately?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, now. Okay. Yeah, but if that is not
Hey,
big,
my father was stationed in Hamburg and he's seen the Beatles.
That's right on point. Thanks, Neil.
I just came back.
Yeah, he comes back, Betty, and rumpuses the crap out of you.
Yeah, every time.
Sorry, Betty.
No worries. I'm used to it now, by now. So that train station, it's just one way, right? You get there and you need to get back again, out again.
Yeah, it's just one way, huh?
Yeah, weird. So the end of the line.
It is the end of. Oh, they got little winged beast up on this thing, man.
A winged beast?
Yeah, look at this thing.
It's too small.
I'm getting it there. You can't tell. Maybe it's just a big eagle or big bird or big vulture or big turkey squirrel.
Not the evil Nazis.
We'll not have any of that on here, Neil. I didn't mind Germany back then. I'm sure it's changed a lot since I've been there, but it was like it was awesome. I loved it.
The language too?
I didn't understand what the hell they were saying.
Maybe that's the best.
That's funny because my father loved it too. And that was in the late 50s, early 60s.
Is this a one-upsmanship, man?
No, because I'm trying to figure out, it had to be a happening place because young rock groups from England would go there to play. Like the Beatles. My father saw them before they were even famous.
Huh.
How did he even know that they existed then? I mean, something outside America, usually you got to pick up on that.
How did they know they were?
Well, he found out after they became famous, then he remembered. He recognized them. But when they were in Germany, they had like the American hairdo, the slick back, greased up. And when they became famous, they were the mop tops.
Right. I was just going to ask you what was their name back then.
Oh, they were the Silver Beatles. And then they were just the Beatles. But they had, the 50s hairdo. Until they put the suits on and got their hair cut different. And they branded them, and that's when they really took off.
Yeah, they sold their souls to Satan.
That's what she said.
I don't believe that. John Lennon was a flat earther.
Yeah, but he might have been
More like to Tavistock.
Wait a second.
I don't want to
Wait a
hear
second.
that.
Wait a second. Wait a
They
second.
told me that.
Wait a second. Shut up, Neil. John Lennon was a flat earther. Can you demonstrate that?
Yes, I can.
All right, go ahead.
When George Harrison, when he talked about the song for the White Album called "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," him and George a hard time because of the lyrics of the song about the world spinning round. He didn't like that. I noticed the world. and I noticed that it's turning something like that. And John was against the lyrics. So he brought in Eric Clapton to back him up. But that was the beef about it. John did not want those lyrics in there because he said, you cannot prove that the earth is turning.
I'm gonna need some quotes.
That's a true story.
I'm gonna need some quotes, some citations, man.
I'm gonna dig it up. I'm gonna dig it up. I have it. I will find it. But see, they talk about the beef. Even Eric Clapton talks about it, that George had to bring him in because the other two guys, meaning John and Paul, were giving him a hard time. But it was because of the lyrics of that song.
All right. Well, that's your claim. Now we need support.
No, I'm at the workplace now, so
Oh, you don't have to do it right now, but you need to track it.
I think there's a... Sorry.
I said you don't have to do it now, but you can track it down and send me a message in Skype. I want to see it, and then we'll bring it up on next QE Live. Go ahead, Brian.
I think there's actually a direct quote from John Lennon concerning it. I did come across it before. I can't remember where, but it was supposedly a direct quote of his.
Okay.
Concerning the flatness.
Not that it's important. I just find it interesting that maybe they were enlightened back then. You know.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they believed in Christ. Right? It could just be like the atheists that believe that there's this Lucifer that's doing this.
Easy. You just turn this conversation right on its head. For no apparent...
she wants to put because she wants to put John Lennon in hell. Just because he said the Beatles are bigger than Christ.
Oh, this sounds like it has remnants of a conversation that's happened before.
Huh?
No?
Well, Peter denied Christ 3 times, so.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. No, but it is interesting because there was a lot of guys that.
Oh,
Betty, go ahead.
Shut up, Neil, so Betty could talk, and then you could talk, Neil. Go ahead, Betty.
That song that he said, what if there is no people or something? That song, I don't know the lyrics exactly, but isn't that...
He said, imagine there's no heaven.
Yeah, exactly. So basically he says, what if there is no God?
No, he was just saying imagine. And if you listen to the list of things, he's just laying it out.
He's laying what out?
That you don't
laying out like imagine there was no country, imagine no possessions.
Okay.
It isn't,
All right. Well, okay. Hold on. So he's given a list of potential hypotheticals. And what would those potential hypotheticals mean? Collectively.
Imagine.
So imagine all the people.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
So it's not, he's imagining the hypotheticals. So let's say, I'm sure he was kind of, had the air of, if I imagine all these things, all these hypotheticals, then that would lead to some type of conclusion at the end. That's what I'm fishing for here.
So let me read the lyrics.
Yeah, that's what I was... Well, sorry, Ben.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Whatever. Imagine there's no countries. Isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, etc., etc., and the world will be as one. Right? Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men. That sounds like communists to me. Imagine all people sharing all the world. You made me say I'm a dreamer, right? But I'm not the only one. I hope someday us and the world will live as one. That sounds like one world government, for crying out loud.
Hold on. No. What he's saying is he's coming against religion, not relationship, Betty. He's talking specifically about what religions and how religions cause wars.
Yeah.
And I'm against it too.
That doesn't.
Oh, he's just trying to grease the skids for the actual conclusion here. I see what he's done.
Well,
You little stinker, you John.
Yeah. So
Hey, what was
do you think that he's done?
what was the war? What was the war of Troy fought over? Wasn't it over some dude was horny about a chick? Had nothing to do with religion whatsoever.
Yeah, it's always about women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to get rid of women. We got to get rid of candy. We basically got to get rid of everything in order for there to be peace in this guy's worldview.
Yeah.
That's not what he
And
was
when I said
saying.
candy, when I said candy, I said that because, you know, when you're a kid, you steal your friend's candy because you want it. So getting rid of all these hierarchical societal structures or belief system isn't going to remove the human condition.
Yeah.
If these guys don't stop drilling, I'm gonna wring their freaking neck.
So he's an atheistic fantasist and a communist at heart.
Who is?
John.
Yeah. He believes in no possessions, no countries. That's exactly what they wants.
I want to.
You better hold on.
They were doing a song.
Hold on, you better stand up.
Angry, he robots.
You better stand up and defend John's honor, Neil.
I want to say this at least.
Flatsy, you're not Neil.
If you let me.
We can't listen to Neil's roboting while you interrupt Flatsy. Neil first, Flatsy second. Go ahead, Neil.
Am I roboting?
No.
First of all.
Not now, but as soon as you start talking, you will.
Don't shout.
There was this song. This is why Rumpus Betty. There was this song that was being written by the Beatles and composed. Some guy knocks on the door and he says that he's Jesus. And they all let him in. And nobody wanted to put him out because if it was Jesus, none of them wanted to be responsible for putting Jesus outside the door while they made the song. And the guy sat there, never said a word, ate with them, and then just left. So I don't think those are guys that are anti-God.
That didn't make any damn sense.
Coming in.
That didn't make any damn sense. That is not.
He came in Jesus' name.
Hey, Jesus came to the door. Nobody kicked him out. If they were anti-God, they would have said, take a freaking walk. Who cares?
What?
These guys could have met Satan for all we knew.
Does it not say that you entertain angels at unawares?
Yeah, but you also entertain Satan unawares.
Neil, how tall are you? You better double check because with that reach you just did, I think you raised some inches, bro.
Yeah, that was a serious. That was not a coherent defense.
What do you mean?
It was incoherent.
Back off, John. Always.
It wasn't a coherent defense. You need shut up. You need to defend that song.
Which one? Imagine?
Yeah.
Oh, he was only like imagining, so it doesn't count.
My God, isn't that what Eve did?
Neil, I'll help you out, Neil. I'll help you out, brother. It was actually a poetic justice critique of such a world, demonstrating the rhetorical ridiculousness of thinking that such a world would result in a peaceful environment. So in other words, he was mocking people who believe that such a world could result in peace because it's obvious that you can't remove human nature, regardless of the logistical factors you change in their environment.
No way. No way you're gonna No way you're gonna double stuff that in my group.
Can I please say something here?
Yes.
Okay, when I was first kind of learning about looking into things because something didn't sit right with me, and I guess that's what I woke up from my stupor of thinking that the world was just whatever it was.
Sounds like Tavistock.
Yeah, but when I came to and started thinking about things going on, I thought about this song specifically without anybody telling me And there's even a recording of me doing this on the Fact Hunter. So if you wanted to dig that up, you could. Where I went on there and I called into a show and I was like, have you ever thought about the lyrics of Imagine? Doesn't that sound like communism?
Anyone? Yeah.
Yeah, too funny. That's pretty funny. That was a good try, AI.
So what do you think? What do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? A democracy?
Oh my God!
When it comes and rules and
Neil.
Neil. The Imagine song was also played. Hey. The Imagine song was also played or sung in the Olympics, the intro, right? Don't you think that they did that on purpose? Because the whole thing was a satanic show.
Go to the Bee Gees.
Again? What?
You got the EBGBs.
I got the heebie-jeebies. Okay, well.
Not you, him.
Wait a minute.
Neil,
you're trying to. Neil, you're trying to.
Oh my God! What a train wreck. Hey Neil, you better fix that damn phone.
Yeah, it's aggravating. They can't even hear you.
And then he rumpus his robot. It's a robot rumpus.
Yeah.
How is that my fault?
Who else's fault is it?
That high-pitched voice did it up for me. What fault is that?
You guys are out of control, man. We're gonna stop. Hey Betty.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it.
That's all, folks.
That's right. That's all, folks. So I'm going to end it here. Now, no Globebusters this Saturday. I got to go ahead and put my tennis elbow to the test again. Hopefully it'll turn out better. I'm thinking no treatments this week, but you never know what stupidity is going to come out. You know, when I'm not watching and then I catch up to it. So you never know. Just be aware that it might happen. All right, but no Ballbusters this week. Only promise that I can make for 100% sure is that I'll be back on Tuesday, God willing. All right, so you guys hang in there. Y'all be cool. Right on.
You have Aries failure. He took, and these are more technical things, but he took a telescope. He had water in it. He looked at the star. The star, of course, light travels differently in different mediums, right? Of course, light travels differently in different mediums, right?
Wrong. According to you, you fork-tongued double speaker. Remember this?
No, there's not a journey because there's nothing traveling. What the light is already there.
You dumbass.
Also, glue sniffer, you said light travels differently in different mediums. How can it do that when you've also said that light is the medium?
The wave is the medium. Disturbance of the medium that is the light.
Ay, caramba!
And the final bashing yourself in the face with a spade shovel.
So when the starlight comes into the telescope of water, it's going to slow down. Now they say light's constant, but it travels a greater distance in the water, blah, blah, blah. That it's going to slow down, right?
What?
So when the starlight comes into the telescope of water, it's going to slow down.
What the hell did you just say?
Now they say light's constant, but it travels a greater distance in the water, blah, blah, blah. That it's going to slow down, right?
Wrong. According to you, light doesn't have a speed.
Yeah, there is no speed of light.
You unlock this door with the key of
retardation.
Beyond it is another dimension. You're moving into a land of
bullshittery.
You've just crossed over into
the numpty zone.
You are so dumb. Damn.